this. Fresh off the Palm Beach County, that's where I'm from. Where niggas get gunned down and left like guns just for fucking round. This ain't accounting for you bitches to come around.
What up? What up? And welcome to the unofficial podcast of the National Football League, the world famous and critically acclaimed 5-6 Kings podcast. I'm David Breen. With me, as always, my dear friend and co-host, Braden Bullard. Braden, how are you, man?
I'm good, David. I'm good. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
It's not Mother's Day anymore. It's the next day.
Oh, yeah. Well, happy belated. No? Okay. Well,
No, none of that.
I'm good, though, man. I'm
None of
good.
that.
Got to spend a great Mother's Day with my mother and my sister. But yeah,
I'll allow that.
Yeah. How are you doing, though, David?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
Yeah?
My mother was out of town on Mother's Day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you
So,
tell her that
so
I
it was,
said Happy
it was
Mother's
almost
Day?
like not having a mother.
Oof.
Yeah. I did not.
Well, I told my mother Happy Mother's Day for you.
Great.
From you. Yeah.
Well, you saw her. For me to text my mom, hey, I was just texting Braden, and he said to say Happy Mother's Day, like, that's just a waste of both of our time. You know?
What's your mother's number? I'm going to text her.
I'm not going to say it on this. You
Oh,
kidding me?
true, yeah.
Some fucking
Don't
some fucking weirdo's like, all right, I got you now, Mary Breen. thought you can get away from me, huh?
Yeah, what's the area code? Oh, no, yeah, that's good.
Come on. If someone's watching or listening to this, they know our fucking area code. Bitch, it's 561 until I'm done.
One, stay in the head.
Yeah. Come on, what's the area code?
Yeah. Well, that was, that was a fun little moment because obviously everyone should know.
This was a fun little moment, are you saying?
Yeah.
All right.
Didn't that just happen naturally? I wasn't prepping you for that.
I knew you weren't.
Okay.
You don't need to explain that moments are fun or good. They either had fun with it or they didn't. You know, they don't need you to tell them if it's fun.
I don't know, man. Sometimes
It was an alright week for me though.
Yeah?
I got Freshly never respond to my email saying, why don't we team up and we start selling Freshly on the 5-6 Kings podcast.
Wow, that's
shocking. But I still get their meals, and it's delicious.
Yeah, they're good?
I had 6 Freshly meals over the week. Very, very good. Got another delivery yesterday.
What are those meals looking like?
So yesterday I had steak peppercorn
Okay.
with it's like a little bit of mashed potatoes, green beans, and carrots. Oh. And it's like all of that. It's like 510 calories.
Nice.
High in protein. Delicious. So we don't have a promo code, but if you go to Freshly and use the promo code JRVP, you get 25% off per shipment, and you can get 5 shipments. It's $125 off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a steal. The meals are delicious. That's freshly.com. Promo code JRVP.
And now, do they deliver it, or do you go pick it up?
Oh, they deliver it.
Oh.
They deliver the fuck out of it.
Nice.
They deliver the fuck out of it, and it's pre-made. You fucking microwave it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't taste like shit that you just threw in the microwave.
Okay,
It's not like a Hungry Man. It's not frozen. It goes in your fridge, and then it's fucking fresh, and you microwave it.
Yeah, that's big business right now. Everyone's doing that.
I mean, it's...
Not everyone, but like there's a lot of companies that are coming up out of nowhere right now doing that.
And with the code, it's very inexpensive, and it's delicious. It's healthy. So again, that's freshly.com. Use the promo code JRVP at checkout. Maybe one day they'll sponsor the 5-6 Kings podcast, and it'll be freshly.com. Use the promo code KINGS at checkout.
That'd be great.
But for now, it's JRVP.
That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
It does. Promo code KING.
Yeah.
Or KINGS. It's an S, whichever.
Yeah. Both work.
Or 561. Or 5-6. Or
Yeah.
5. Or
Yeah.
6. Or 5-6 Kings. For one stay in the head.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, the Heat, we're 4 games into the series right now. My hot take going out there on a limb, I mean, I was fucking spot on.
Yep.
They smacked them the 2 games in Miami without Joel Embiid. They went to fucking Philadelphia. Joel Embiid came back, and the Heat, they've cooled off shooting. And, it'd be very cool if the guy the Heat paid $90 million, or committed $90 million to this offseason, knowing that he can only shoot threes, but he does it very well. The same guy who played Game 1 of the Atlanta series, he had like 20-something minutes, shot 8 of 9 for 3, had 27 points,
Sounds
and
good.
has barely played since then. It'd be awesome if he we're not shooting, let's throw in the best 3-point shooter on the team and see if that helps. But what the fuck do I know? Eric Spoelstra is a much better coach than I will ever be at basketball. I'm very confident saying that. And maybe Duncan Robinson's hurt. Who knows?
Who knows?
They're hurt, and Eric Spoelstra's like, yeah, I'm not going to tell people he's hurt. Plan for him maybe being on the floor. But, the Heat need to start shooting. So we'll see. The series is tied now. It's 2-2. It's going back to Miami for Game 5. We'll see. If they win Game 5, I feel confident they'll win one of the last 2. If they lose Game 5 and have to win 2 in a row, I don't. I have to go to Philly, win Game 6, and then come back and win Game 7. I don't feel good about that.
How expensive do you think the tickets are right now?
Very expensive.
What's like a high up seat looking like?
Sitting upper deck, it's close to $200.
Oh,
like sitting high up away, and that's for a basketball game. It's not like I'm of the belief football you can sit wherever.
Yeah, football. Yeah,
but you can sit in the upper deck and it's still a great viewing experience. I think same with baseball a lot of times. Basketball, the court's so small.
Yeah,
and if they're super far away, it's kind of like not being there.
Yeah, and it probably seems like it's almost mushed together. Them just moving around on the court, and they're all just so tall. It's almost like it blends together probably at that height.
Yeah, I would much rather watch a game on TV than go sit upper deck or pay. Like lower level, it's fucking
thousands of dollars probably.
I mean, if you're courtside, but just lower level, it's hundreds of dollars.
Yeah,
it's still
Wow.
What it would have to be an amazing game for me to be oh, money well spent.
Yeah. Yeah, sheesh.
Yeah.
But,
let's go Heat. Game 5 tomorrow.
Let's go Heat, yeah.
See what happens.
Heat up.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
Anything else for the Fins or anything?
No, I mean, it's the lull. The schedule comes out this week. It's, we're kind of going to hit the dead period of nothing going on. Will you get that off the screen, please?
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry. It's not showing.
It's not what I want to see?
Yeah.
It's just not what I don't want to see? It's not what I'm going to guess? Okay.
Yeah.
We're getting real close to the dead period between the schedule comes out this week, and then after that there's really nothing until training camp starts, which is in July. So we'll be a little while with that unless they start signing people.
Yeah.
Bring in some free agents. We can talk about that.
Yeah. Shit.
Until then, fins down. Let's keep those fins down for the moment until we gotta bring them up again.
Yeah. All right. Well, nice. Okay. So, David, should we talk a little bit about this movie?
I would love to talk a little bit about this fucking movie.
So, guys, we did Speed. The release date was June 10th, 1994. God, that's a good year. Am I right?
No.
Were you not born in 1994?
95.
Fuck!
Yeah. 94. I was... I was born in March of 95. I was conceived around this time.
Oh, David.
Speed coming out. So you know what? Don't do a fucking...
I'm sorry, was that offensive?
That is my mother and my late father, and you're fucking gyrating your hips, be like, yeah,
June
Brian really put it down, didn't he?
Maybe it was
fucking psycho, man.
Speed, bro.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Yeah, this is a fucking ridiculous movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
Keanu Reeves, Jeff Daniels, Dennis Hopper, Sandra Bullock. Jeff Daniels, I got a fun fact for you.
Oh, hit me with it.
This movie came out in June of 94. Dumb and Dumber came out in December of 94. Jeff Daniels' character in both movies? Harry. What are the odds?
Yeah.
What are the odds? He has 2 movies the same year and just Harry in both. That's not a common name. His name wasn't John in both of them. It was Harry, Harry.
This is like Cooper with Matthew McConaughey.
It's not at all like that, all right?
No?
Not at all like that.
Not as extreme? Yeah, definitely not. But but it is funny how sometimes actors will get the same name. I mean, I've already had multiple for the little projects I've done. It's always like a John or just like a
Kid.
Yeah, or Kid, yeah. Just like a common like white
That was your
name,
name, right?
Yeah,
okay.
It was Kid in the movie.
Yeah. But that's John.
No, yeah.
And like Matthew McConaughey is Joe in that movie. This is the name Harry.
Yeah.
And he got it twice in a 6-month span.
Which is wild.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
Does he look like a Harry? Do you feel like he kinda,
Yeah.
but like not like super over the top, like, oh,
So-
that guy is a Harry.
So not Jeff Daniels the person. The character Harry in Dumb and Dumber,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
If someone tried telling me his name was anything else, I wouldn't believe them.
Yeah, I definitely see it in Dumb and Dumber, but for this one, I mean, I guess it could fit, but you would think
it could have been anything.
you'd think though they would try to maybe go for, not trying to down the name Harry or anything. What was his last name? Do you remember his last name in this? Because maybe they're going by something.
Why are you not trying to put down the name Harry?
Well, because I'm trying to say,
what
like,
the fuck does that mean?
Well, because you're.
Any Harrys out there? Don't get the wrong idea here.
I'm
you
just
know?
saying, like, usually when
I
you
said
have,
it's an uncommon name and it's fucking ridiculous that he got it twice in a 6-month span.
No, for sure. I'm just trying to add to it that it's like, why did they name this character Harry? Because usually you're trying to, match certain names that are like maybe edgy to edgy characters. Does Harry seem like an edgy character? I don't know, not too much.
But I didn't think he was too edgy.
I felt like he was a little edgy, I mean,
Keanu was edgy as fuck.
Keanu was super edgy.
This guy was like Keanu's dad. He's like, "What are you doing, man? Knock it off."
No, yeah, that's a good point. But
Yeah. All right, let's talk money.
yeah, all right, David, hit me with it.
So it was a big like action explosion movie, but it came out in '94.
Yeah,
So I don't think the budget would have been that high. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess $40 million.
close, a little bit lower.
It's a little bit lower.
Mm-hmm.
37.
30.
30.
Yeah.
There
Shit.
we go.
Yeah. And that seems like
$30
a pretty,
million budget.
that seems like a pretty good budget because one of like the top fucking reviews off rip was like, "There's enough action in this movie for 3 movies," and I'm like, yeah, it kind of seems like it.
Yeah.
It's like constant. There's a constant pace of just action and suspense.
That's why they did a sequel and they were like, fuck, what are we gonna do? Just put it on Big Boat.
Yeah.
We'll go Big Boat. That's the only thing we didn't do in this movie.
Yeah, literally.
Let's go Big Boat.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they made a fuck you amount of money. I'm gonna $30 million budget. I'm gonna say they made $300 million.
Close. A little bit higher.
Little bit higher.
A little bit higher comparative to the number that you gave.
Okay, but still a huge number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
350.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me get to it. Yeah. 350.4.
And that's a $30 million estimated budget. So we're just gonna go ahead and say I was right at that 40.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Or the
they
second
estimate
37.
30, but it was really it was 40.
Yeah.
It was just $40 million.
Yeah. Man, it's like I wonder how the feeling is like opening weekend wise because they it shows here opening weekend US and Canada and it shows about 15 million. Which is still, good.
They made half their money back.
Yeah, for sure, which is
in
great.
2 countries in 1 weekend.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were stoked about that. They were like, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, I wonder how they judge it, Cuz sometimes you probably look at that and you're like if you didn't open it yet into other countries other than just US and Canada, maybe you're a little
I feel like fuck anyone who makes movies if they're unhappy with if you make a movie and your budget is $30 million
you
And
make
at
half
the
your money
end of
back.
everything, you make $31 million. You profited $1 million fucking dollars. Fuck you if you were a part of making that and you're like, we only made $1 million profit. Like, that's bullshit. Like, fuck you. Fuck you in the fucking face.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, like, it's not even worth it. Like, we only made $1 million. Like, it's not worth it to us. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, it took us like a year to make.
Yeah.
We only
They
made
made
$1 million.
half of it back in one weekend.
Yeah, I just wonder.
They have forever to keep. They can still make. They have a fucking HBO Max deal. I'm sure they make money.
So I agree with you. I just think like to them, they probably have an estimate of what they expect or hope to make.
Oh, sure. I'm sure they have projections.
Yeah, and I just wonder if like if the projection was like supposed to be 30, like making their money back the opening weekend. Just God damn, that's some good king. And
God, this water's good.
hydrated as
Yeah,
fuck.
medical grade, 9.5 pH.
Yeah, keep you safe and healthy. But yeah, I'm sure that they're. Maybe it was supposed to be 30 million and now it's 15, and maybe they're like, oh man, fuck, I don't know how it's going to do throughout the rest of the world. Maybe we are screwed because maybe they're supposed to make like a certain amount of profit that's supposed to be way more than $1 million to get, I don't know, the rights to another movie from the same production company and investors. I don't know,
Yeah, who the hell knows what their projection was?
Yeah, but it's
But at the end of the day, they made over 11 times their initial investment.
yeah,
So like everyone's happy with that.
yeah. But this
Especially Keanu.
this movie is also known as The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down,
Yeah, I mean, spot on.
right?
Yeah, spot on. That's
The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down. That's like their tagline for this movie. But yeah, it's an hour and 56 minutes, and sheesh. It's a fun ride.
yeah. What are the ratings? What are the reviews?
All right, David.
You know?
Well,
The reviews are in. Let's get them.
whoa. All right, so IMDb gave it a 7.3 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 94%. Metacritic, that's crazy. Metacritic,
94?
dude, it's like wild. Metacritic gave it a 78%. It's like higher than Google users. Google users gave it a 90%.
What
that means
the fuck? 94?
that's like top filmmaking right there. That's like the pinnacle of
That is
movie making.
fucking insane.
Yeah, you can't ask for more than that. From like as a rating from someone like Rotten Tomatoes, some
What did you give this movie?
7.1.
What did you like about this movie?
I thought it was just fun.
Dude, I give this movie a 3.5.
Jesus.
This movie was so fucking bad.
Yeah, it was bad, but it was
You're
fun.
giving it a 7.1.
Yeah, maybe I should lower it.
That is so high. Dude, this movie was... Guys, this is such a bad fucking movie. It is so horrible. Does not hold up even a little bit. This asshole gives it a 7.1.
So the reason why I'm an asshole is because, like, I don't know, man.
That is crazy.
It's fun though, and like they kept you entertained. Like, were you not entertained?
I was entertained how bad this fucking movie was.
But were you not entertained?
I'm a cynical piece of shit, so like I'm entertained by Tiptoes.
yeah.
Tiptoes is a horrible movie, like, but I'm like, it's crazy. How are they fucking doing this?
No, yeah, this movie is bad.
It is so bad.
It's so bad that they needed a second writer. And then,
like,
fun fact: the only way that they got Keanu Reeves onto this was because Keanu Reeves was like, no, I'm not doing that. And like, unless you guys change the writing, the dialogue, I'm not doing this. And they had to go get a different writer named Whedon, I believe.
can I tell you something?
Huh?
Dialogue is the worst part of this movie.
That's exactly what I was
for
about
sure.
to say.
There's some cool spots. The dialogue is so fucking dreadful in this movie, guys.
It's so corny.
Look, I don't know you, man. We're just two cool guys hanging out. You're like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it
It is so bad.
is so bad. God, I almost want to take back my rating. now.
7.1.
Fuck you guys.
7.1.
Like I'm just such a nice asshole to myself because, like, in reality, I don't think it's a 7.1. I'm just like,
To yourself?
well, yeah, because like to myself, I'm like, oh well, they were able to make this movie. It's entertaining, this and that. Like, I should give it a higher rating than what I really think about it, which is a lower rating.
Why? Dude, this isn't like, yeah, well, they made money and all that stuff. This is what we think of the movie.
Yeah, but then I'm like,
Not like, you know what? These people put themselves out there. They made a movie. You guys know how hard it is to make a movie?
That's what I'm saying.
These guys went out there and they made a fucking movie, you guys. This is crazy. Like, yeah, like, good for them. They made a movie. They made a ton of money. This movie is terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But bro, like,
7.1, they fucking went for
but
it.
think about all the action sequences, David.
They weren't that cool.
They weren't that cool.
They were ridiculous.
But it just kept going.
Fucking 7.1.
Yeah.
What did you want to give it, for argument's sake? You're like, well, I'll give it like a different thing than what like I wanted to give it because they made the movie.
No, yeah. Probably like a 5.7.
Yeah.
Probably like a 5.7.
So you gave it an extra 14 points. Because you're like, they made a movie. They're out there fucking making movies. It's hard to make movies.
It's a $30 million budget, David. I don't know,
That's
bro.
fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. Like, what did I give Tiptoes? Like an 8? Like, fuck, bro. I don't know. My scale's all over the fucking place right now, man.
You give Foxcatcher, you're like, it's a bad movie. I'm giving it like a 5. Meanwhile, they're nominated for Academy Awards.
I am happy I give that fucking thing a 5. I had more fun watching this than I did Foxcatcher.
You quote Foxcatcher more than any other movie we've done.
Yeah.
For that, it needs a higher score. Foxcatcher has done more for this podcast than Speed will ever do.
God. Yeah. Steve
What are
Carell, right?
Yeah, Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum. Did you catch the fox, mother?
And that's like just you can't beat that line.
You can't. Nobody has.
They give every corny line in the book. But this is the thing. This movie wrote the fucking rules on like this is the epitome of like Fast and Furious and like other bullshit action movies. You don't think so? You don't think this movie wrote the book on that?
No, I don't think this movie
it's corny
wrote
and cringy.
the book on action movies. This is Die Hard on a fucking bus.
Yeah.
Die Hard came out like 6 years before this.
And what's funny is
Like Die Hard and Lethal Weapon and
what's
like,
funny is there's a fun fact that's like I think it was Keanu Reeves. I was like, oh no, there's another reason why I can't do this movie. It's too Die Hard, so you have to switch the lines around and stuff.
It's Die Hard without the Christmas, guys. That's what Speed is.
Yeah, it's Die Hard on a bus.
What are the awards? Let's talk awards.
Now I feel defeated.
Let's talk awards for the epitome of action movie. They wrote the book. They're the epitome.
At least
They're as good as it gets.
At
like,
least
no.
the awards are gonna have
Fast
my back.
and the Furious was drag racing.
Come on, David, throw me a
Drag
bone.
racing and stealing DVDs.
Throw
this
me
is
a bone.
This is
David.
a bus hostage situation.
All right, well, listen.
No, you say nonsense. This wrote the book. It's the epitome. That's just a nonsense sentence that you said, and you expect me to just sit here and be like, that's what it is.
I'm saying it wrote
That's
the book
what they
on
did.
corny and cringy. This movie was
Fucking-
top of the line.
fucking
for corny
Top Gun.
and cringe.
Top Gun, corny and cringe.
Actually,
You
I've
could be
seen Top Gun.
you could be my wingman any day.
Don't they? Oh, they just high five. They grab.
They might even go.
Oh,
They
Jesus.
do some weird shit. They're playing fucking volleyball on the beach. They were just like, let's be like all the other like really famous action movies, and they made money, so good for them. It's a bad movie. What do the awards say?
All right, well, at least the Academy Awards got my back because they gave a fucking Oscar for best sound.
For best sound?
Yeah, and best best effects, sound effects, editing.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
maybe.
Whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know what goes into that.
Yeah, but it
Give it
didn't
to 'em.
seem.
They earned it.
Maybe, yeah.
They earned it.
But they were also nominated for best film editing, which is. I mean, it wasn't bad editing. It was they pieced it together well, but
And you know, like I'd like to see what it looked like before they edited it. Because the one thing with this movie, there's no other than the opening credits, where we're just in an elevator shaft for like 3.5 minutes. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's like no wasted.
there's no wasted time.
Like, they go from one thing to the next, and it's too much, and it's just like, all right, this is ridiculous.
Well, I think that's one good way that
Like,
they
oh,
do-
now the road's broken. What are we gonna do? Oh, the train tracks are broken too. like it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy what they did in this movie. But it all boom, 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 boom. Like it's not.
Yeah,
it's not a long drawn out. Oh man, here it comes. Like it's all they just
That's
go
the thing.
for it.
You can't really miss a beat with this film either. So they do keep you at least entertained. Like you feel like a sense of the fact that you have to keep watching. If that makes sense, you know.
At no point, other than the fact that we were going to do a podcast on this, I never felt like I had to keep watching.
I mean,
I never felt obligated. I did for the fact that we're doing this podcast.
You're gonna miss which road's not.
And I'd be like, I can't just show up and be like, I don't know, man. I stopped halfway. Be a horrible episode. You'd be like, what the fuck, man? Like,
Come on, bro.
So am I just talking for 2 hours? You're just gonna sit there?
All right, well, listen, man. They got 20 wins. All right, 20 wins, 20 nominations. So a lot of people. Rotten Tomatoes has got my back.
I mean, it's insane.
94%.
94%.
That is insane.
That is so fucking crazy.
Oh man. But the BAFTA awards, they gave.
So did they? We're looking at like I don't care about all.
You don't
that.
care about
best
that?
Sound, special effects.
A lot of it's best sound, best editing that they won. They won the Saturn Award for best actress. Sandra Bullock.
Nah.
Yeah. They won the awards, Circuit Community Awards for best stunt ensemble. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there was a lot of stunts that happened in this. Blockbuster Entertainment Award. They won favorite actors for action adventure. Sandra Bullock. I don't like. Not really though.
Yeah,
Like
I didn't think she was great.
I didn't think she was bad. I just didn't think there was anything in particular that like made her stand out. Yeah. Body Mass Index, Film and TV Awards. You know, everyone needs to check their body mass index. Keep that in mind, guys.
Got to.
But they won Mark Mancina.
Mark Mancina.
Mancina. Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Will you click on him and find out who he is?
Yeah. It's a big deal.
I mean, we're reading out the award, and neither of us know who the fuck that guy is. Did he direct it?
No,
he did the sound.
Yeah,
he's
did
the
sound.
Fucking sound guy.
He's the composer. Everything.
No. We are. I don't care what he did. We're saying he's the guy who held the boom. He's that guy. He held the big boom, and he won the award for it.
Dude, that shit's important, David.
Won the Boom Award.
All right, so
there's an award for it. Fuck yeah, it's important.
Yeah. They won the Jupiter Award for Best International Actress, Sandra Bullock. I mean, holy shit, man.
There we go. Why are you skipping over? They were nominated for a whole bunch of Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh, yeah. Favorite movie actor, Keanu Reeves. Favorite movie actress, Sandra Bullock.
Kids should not have been watching this.
It's rated R.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of fucks thrown out there.
It's literally rated R, and this is for the Blimp Award.
Yeah.
The fucking Blimp
It's
Award.
fucking crazy.
All right, so they
Favorite movie.
Yeah. So they won the Golden Reel Award for Best Sound Editing for sound effects and domestic feature film. Bunch of fucking people that worked on the sound. So good for them. But they also won the MTV Movie Award for Best Female Performance, Sandra Bullock. Most Desirable Female, Sandra Bullock. Best On-Screen Duo, Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves. Best Villain, Dennis Hopper. He did play a good villain. And Best Action Sequence for the bus. I'm not going to read it out, yeah. But yeah, and then they won the, fuck that award, Best Foreign Film. And they won the OFTA Film of Hall of Fame. God, that was a weird one. Online Film and Television Association Award for Motion Picture. Fuck that one.
The Online Film and Television Association Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they won that award for Best Motion Picture. Or just Motion Picture. It's a weird award. Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, it's not even Best Motion Picture. They just won it. Motion Picture.
Motion Picture.
Yeah.
It's
just
yeah.
They were a motion picture. You can't take that away from them, all right, guys?
Yeah. That's speed for you.
God,
But yeah, so that it's fucking weird that they won so many awards.
I mean, not like
they weren't outstanding awards, but they
it was
did win.
sound awards. Like,
Yeah.
you know, of the complaints I have about this, not once was I like, and the sound was all shitty. So you know, whatever. Yeah. Win the sound awards.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, had it been like, Keanu Reeves was nominated for Best Actor and Jeff Daniels Best Supporting Actor, like I'd have been like, that's fucking nonsense.
yeah.
But no, it's awards that a big action movie's going to be nominated for.
Yeah.
Yeah. No complaints here.
But that is wild that they gave him such a high rating.
94 on Rotten Tomatoes is fucking sick.
But they all give him like a pretty decent score.
It's bananas.
Yeah. You were the lowest score by far.
And I'm right. Correct. Braden, you like got in your own head. You're like,
Yeah, I did.
You're like, well, who the fuck am I? You know, you got self-conscious. You're like, IMDb says it's a 7.5. Like, who the fuck am I to give it an F? I'll give it a 7.1. I don't know. I'll give it a 7.1.
Yeah, like I was entertained.
I didn't like it, but like, if they're gonna give it a high grade, I gotta give it a high grade. Like, no, fuck that.
But like, what can you really ask for more for when it's like what this movie is? You know, like I don't know. Like, how much more could you? I mean, you definitely could.
A lot
A
more.
movie like The Town or something like that was better, much better. And
Town was fantastic.
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs is fantastic.
yeah, no, yeah. I'm trying to make excuses. I don't know what I'm doing, David.
Django Unchained. Django Unchained is just a crazy bloodbath.
Yeah,
It's a great movie.
that is a great movie.
Yeah. Fucking this. Guys, we'll be right back, and I can't wait to break this movie down. So stick around.
Stick around.
And we're back.
We're back.
So, guys, we're in an elevator shaft, and it's showing the opening credits. And I swear to God, this lasts for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's
we're not seeing anything cool. You're just seeing an elevator shaft. 3 minutes of that.
Yeah.
We then see a security guard is like slowly walking up to a guy in a maintenance outfit. And he's like, hey, it's a restricted area. You can't be back here. He's like, yeah. I just got to work on this. And the guy's like, well, nobody told me. Let me see your work order. And he's like, I'll give you a work order. He's got a piece of paper, and right underneath it, he has a knife. And he stabs the guy in the fucking ear, which is wild.
Yeah.
And the guy, like, falls down, and we see that it's Dennis Hopper who done the stabbing. And he says, nothing personal.
Yeah, nothing.
Fucking. He's like a ridiculous, over-the-top evil villain in this movie.
Yeah. But he, like, brings the character to life. Like, I feel like this character could seem super cheesy if it wasn't for the late great.
Is Dennis Hopper dead?
Yeah.
Huh, when did he die?
2010.
I mean, late great.
Great.
Rest in peace, Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
Here we are doing your best work. Best work by far.
Yeah.
So it's in a building, and we see like some busy business people. They finish a meeting, and they go to the elevator. Mm-hmm. And there's a guy in the elevator. He's the guy who in Old School, he's Jeremy Piven's like assistant, and he's like, it's actually quite funny. As dumb as they look, they're actually quite good at paperwork. It's really an anomaly. And Jeremy Piven's like, oh, this is a joke? You making fucking jokes now? Is that what's going on? The guy who's in that scene with Jeremy Piven, he's in the elevator, and the button for the lobby's already lit up, and he pushes it again. And the guy behind him goes, oh, thanks for pushing it, man. That's, because maybe it was broken, but now we're going to go. Yeah. And he's like, fuck you, dude, all right? There's a chick in the back, and she's with a dude there, and she's like whispering all sexy to him. There's just weird like that didn't need to happen.
For a movie that's called Speed, this is a pretty slow start.
I got him.
Thanks, bro.
This fucking guy. Where's this guy been?
I don't know, man. Oh, that's too much for Greg.
So fucking happy about that.
I was like, my chance.
You lit up. You're so pumped to say that.
Everyone's like, wow, Brandon's so much smarter than he's been led on. Yep, guys, I got it. I got these packed away. Could be firing all episode.
No fun facts this episode. Just gonna be stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she's whispering all sexy for some reason. We never find out what that's all about. And then a bomb goes off on top of the elevator, and it starts to free fall, and then like it catches, like the emergency brake is on. So they stop, and now they're just hanging there. The guy says to the dude from Old School, he goes, Bob, what button did you push? as if there's a chance it was his fault.
I actually laughed at that line. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, well, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
There's no scenario where that guy is witty enough to where he has that joke and says it.
Yeah.
So he believes that Bob hit a button that made the elevator free fall.
Yeah.
As if that's readily available to the elevator riders.
Yeah.
So there's a button that could kill everyone, and Bob's just like, don't mind if I do.
What's this button, right? Durr, boss, what this button do?
Which button do I push, boss? There we go. We are, guys, we are like 4 minutes into this movie. I mean, into this podcast about the movie. Like us breaking down the movie. We're like 30 seconds into this movie. And we already got the South Park reference in.
We're hitting the ball today.
we're firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
There's people running out of the building as fire trucks are pulling up. And Keanu Reeves pulls up, driving like a fucking
This was...
Like in Blue Streak when Martin Lawrence is driving the police car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
with Luke Wilson, and he's like jumping shit and stuff, and Luke Wilson's like, what are you doing?
Dude, it is ridiculous because they come over this fucking jump and they hit the ground so hard. You're for sure like, oh, the tires are fucked, the axle's fucked. Like that car cannot drive straight. There's no way you're getting to where you're going now. Like that, you hit the ground, and what happens in reality is this car hits the ground and goes shoom, and just goes straight to the left.
Yeah,
the car's so fucked. There's no way it's going straight.
And he's like weaving through people running out of that building doing this. Like it's ridiculous.
And they get out the car.
Guys, and here's the thing. It's ridiculous. It's not even close to the most ridiculous thing in this movie.
Yeah,
it might not be top 10 most ridiculous things that happen in this movie. And right away, I was like, that's fucking nonsense.
And I'm sure the director was like, you know what? There's a slow start to this speed movie we got going here. We need something just to break that. And it's just this car breaking its fucking everything, and everything in the car is broken.
So Keanu Reeves and Jeff Daniels get out.
Like there's nothing wrong with the car.
And they start suiting up in SWAT gear that they got in the trunk of the car. And they go in the building, and they're in a team that seems to be led by Charlie from American Gangster. Mm-hmm. He was the guy who's like, he was Denzel's like guy. He's like, hey, Bumpy let me know before he died that you need to be taken care of. So I want you to know you're going to want for nothing. And Denzel's like, want for nothing? I don't fucking need you. He was very polite about it, but he's like, I'm going to keep running shit. I'm Frank Lucas, baby.
Frank fucking Lucas.
I ain't running from nobody.
Yeah.
This is America.
Yeah.
Huh? So that guy, Charlie, and he's leading the team. Dennis Hopper set off the bomb. So he's explaining what happened. And he's like, Dennis Hopper set off the bombs to break the cable. He has another bomb rigged on the emergency brake that he's going to go off unless we can get him $3 million in the next 23 minutes. Or if we can somehow stop that from happening in the next 23 minutes. We have 23 minutes to fucking fix this.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's crazy. Keanu says, they're like, well, what's going to stop it? And Keanu goes, I mean, the basement will stop it. That's what he brought to the table.
I was like, did he really just say that?
The basement will stop it. And the people in the elevator will be dead.
But he said it as if, like, that wasn't the case. He almost said, that's why I had to replay it, because he said it as if, like, oh, no. Like, he didn't say, oh.
He's like, no, it won't fall forever. It'll hit the basement and it'll be fine.
Like, as if, yeah, like, he
like why? It's not like we're going to have to go, like, try and stop the elevator. Like, at some point it's going to stop. It'll hit the basement.
Like, he wasn't saying it jokingly in any way.
Just matter of factly, he's like, I mean, it won't go through the floor, guys.
I'm like, what?
Like it'll hit solid ground, then it'll stop moving.
I don't think.
Let's just wait for that to happen, and then we'll go check it out.
What's funny is I don't think Keanu Reeves knew exactly how the writer meant that line.
I mean, probably not. Yeah.
So he was like, I'll just say it like this.
He says it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's a ridiculous. He then awkwardly volunteers. What's his name? Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
He's like, Jeff Daniels wants to check out the bomb. Or Jeff Daniels volunteers to check out the bomb.
And he looks at him like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then Charlie goes, all right, you two go check out the bomb. The rest of us, let's blah, blah, blah. We're going to do all this. Jeff Daniels and Keanu Reeves start running up the stairs to get to where the elevator is. And Keanu Reeves, like an autistic person, goes, floor 17, floor 18, floor 19, floor 20. Like, why is that part of it?
Speed,
Brayden,
baby.
why is that part of it?
Speed.
Why is he's like counting his steps and saying what floor they're on? Like,
Well, they needed
just
something
have
to,
them run. There's signs.
Yeah.
There's we could pick up very quickly. Okay, they're on the 23rd floor now.
I'm sure the director once again was like, oh, there's like dead air while they're just climbing the stairs. Hey, Keanu, just name the number of the floor. Keep that going. Speed, baby, speed. But like really, best editing, all that best editing, they should have just cut to them at the floor they were going to.
Yeah, show them start running and then show them show up.
But we didn't need them for like 6 floors being like 20, 21, 22.
Not them, just Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels is a normal person here. He's just like, all right, we're going where we need to go, bud.
We'll get there. It's pat him on the back.
All right?
He's like, yeah, good job.
Pats him on the back, and he's like, don't touch me.
Oh, my God.
I don't like being touched. You know that, Jeff Daniels. You know I don't like being touched.
I know.
Like, don't.
We're about
Hey, just don't do that.
Okay. All right, so we're about to be at 23, all right? But just one more stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, I like 23. Dennis Hopper is in another elevator, and he hears Keanu Reeves and Jeff Daniels, like, cut into where the elevator shaft is. Like, he's got a listening device. He hears all. People in the elevator won't shut the fuck up, and they're super impatient. They're like, what's going on?
We can hear you.
What do you do? Who's up there?
Yeah.
Who is that? And they're like, it's the LAPD, calm down. Which he shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
He should have said, hey, you guys are stuck. We're just working on it. He goes, it's the LAPD, calm down. And they're like, why the fuck is the LAPD doing this?
Yeah.
It should be like maintenance.
Yeah.
Or fire. Not the police.
Yeah.
So now they're like, what the fuck is this?
Which just makes it completely worse.
Yeah. Jeff Daniels loves the bomb. He's like, it's a good bomb. He's like, this guy
knows what he's doing.
This guy, Keanu, check this out.
Check this
guy
out.
knows his bombs.
Hey, he goes, Keanu, you know this bomb? He's like, it's your call. He's like, that's a damn good fucking bomb right there. he asked Keanu Reeves, like, what do you think about that bomb? Keanu's like, well, you're the fucking
He's
expert.
like, I like that gun. You knew I'd like that gun, didn't you? Didn't you know I'd like that gun?
Oh, my God. Yeah, the bomb it's well done. It's what was it? Plastered.
Yeah, well, whatever he did. I don't know. He did it well.
Yeah.
And Keanu Reeves like, we gotta fucking stop this. And Jeff Daniels like, well, we're in a holding pattern until the fucking chief tells us something else. He's like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't like wait. And then Jeff Daniels is, hey, over here, look at me. Pop quiz. You're at an airport. You got a hostage situation. Guy wants a plane. He's holding a hostage. You're 100 feet away. What do you do? And Keanu's like, I would shoot the hostage. He's like, what? He's like, just take the hostage out of the equation. Then
you can't carry him.
What's then I'm just gonna deal with someone who I just fucking shot. Jeff Daniels like, you're out of your fucking mind, man. That is crazy.
Yeah.
And he's like, then I'd get the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's like,
the bad guy can't carry him. What's he gonna do? He's not gonna be able to do anything. It's just hilarious though that he's talking about like. And we've seen this in other movies, haven't we? Was it SWAT?
SWAT.
SWAT.
Dude, SWAT's not far off from what this fucking movie is.
But SWAT is like more serious. They did their overall feel more right.
SWAT fucking Jeremy Renner shoots the hostage.
Yeah.
He got it from Speed. He was like, I heard Keanu say he's going to shoot the hostage.
They wrote the book.
Shoot the hostage. Keanu Reeves is like, nah, this isn't right. We got to act now. He's going to blow it anyways. We need to get these people out of here. And Jeff Daniels was like, calm down, man. Why do you think he's going to blow it anyways? He's like, just my gut. And he's like, all right, man, well, we can't. Our fucking the lieutenant's orders outrank your gut.
Yeah.
So we got to chill.
Yeah.
And Keanu's like, I don't know.
Shit.
I don't know. Old school's getting super nervous inside. He's like, well, you guys gonna get us out of here or what? Keanu Reeves then asks.
And let me say,
he asks Jeff Daniels, he goes, how much do you think this weighs? He's like, I don't know. Why? He's like, I think we gotta get these people out of here. I can't come up with something. He's like,
all right. He's got like a raspy, cool voice. You know?
And then, Jeff Daniels says, he's like, come with me. We're gonna get these people out of here. Jeff Daniels is like, okay. He's like, hey, we're not gonna shoot them, are we? And then they run for a while. They went 20 stories to the roof.
Yeah.
And then Keanu Reeves responds, no, we'll just take them out of the equation.
Which adds to what you said earlier.
There's no way he waited for them to go up 20 floors to the roof to respond to that. That's crazy.
That's insane.
That is crazy. Jeff Daniels probably didn't know what he was talking about by the time they got up there.
And didn't really like what happens next because it just seems...
You didn't like how Keanu Reeves had all this knowledge of a roof of a building he's never fucking been on before?
Exactly.
Yeah, you didn't like how he just knew everything about
Just
it?
knew there was a crane on the fucking edge of the building that
There's a crane with a
down.
hook.
Yeah.
And he's like, Jeff Daniels like, you sure this is going to hold it? He's like, oh, it'll hold. The fuck is
How do you
Keanu
know?
Reeves?
Yeah. It's just lazy writing.
Yeah.
That's all that was.
Charlie's on the phone, and he's like, I got this money. Let's get this fucking money. Keanu Reeves then suspends like upside down and goes down and hooks. There's like a thing on the top of the elevator, and he hooks the hook with the metal wiring on it, metal cable, and he like hooks it on there, and he's like, all right, pull me up. We're good, we got it. And Dennis Hopper hears all of this. The people in the elevator start complaining about how hot it is. And Dennis Hopper, he's hearing this. He realizes what's going on, and he says, ho, don't fuck with Daddy. and then he hits a button, and the thing explodes, and the elevator starts to fall. Falls down like 10 floors before the hook catches it, and it stops.
Yeah.
And it was an explosion. So, like it fucks up parts of the elevator. The floor is fucked. And, like, a lady goes through and, like, holding on. She would have fallen and died, without a doubt. But she didn't. She's like, help me. Like, people grab her and pull her in. And the thing doesn't hold because, like, you know.
The bolts end up coming loose on the crane.
Yeah, but, like, obviously, like, what the like, Keanu Reeves doesn't know about that.
Yeah.
Like, of course it didn't hold. Well, why would they expect it to hold? He's like, what? It didn't hold?
Well, it's funny.
That's crazy.
He acts so confident about that shit when literally before it, he was like, how much does this weigh?
Yeah.
And they have no idea.
How much the elevator weigh? Maybe there's, like, a crane hook on the roof.
And obviously,
I'll just assume it'll hold the elevator.
Obviously, didn't count in the fact that there's like 10 people.
Also, Harry didn't answer him. Harry's like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't do elevator weights.
So he's completely off.
And he's just like, whatever, we're gonna try it.
Yeah,
we're gonna try something.
Yeah,
just stick around. So the fucking the base, the crane thing, it comes out and it blasts through the AC unit, like through a wall, like doom, and then catches on
like some metal beams that I don't even know what they're connected to.
It's not like it should have. It would have been like my phone going and not hooking on anything, but like just catching on that like this.
Yeah.
But like it shouldn't have caught the way it caught.
Yeah,
but it did. It did because fuck you. This is speed, baby.
And I wonder too, like, man, is there really that big of an air vent to the elevator shaft kind of thing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, maybe.
You would think
who knows? Who knows? Yeah.
I don't know. I would just think there'd be some concrete fucking wall before then or something.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, where like that big of a fucking crane isn't going to fit through all that shit. I would think.
Well, it didn't fit through. It smashed through.
It's a good point.
It destroyed.
It's a good point.
Everything in its path. Yeah. And then caught on to like a post that it should not have caught on.
Yeah.
People are going fucking crazy in the elevator, and they're like banging on the walls and stuff. I'm like, you're fucking dumb. Oh, the elevator's free falling, and it caught on something. Let's move around as much as possible and jump and bang into shit. Like, yeah, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like, oh, let's stay fucking as still as we can, because how are we hanging right now?
Yeah.
Nah. Jump.
Yeah, let's bounce around.
Keanu goes to the elevator door and gets it open to start helping people out. The crane thing up at the top that caught, it falls.
But then it catches again.
But it falls so much further than the elevator falls. Like, it fell 20 feet.
Yeah.
And caught on something. The elevator goes
moved
like boom. Just like that.
3 feet.
Boom.
Yeah.
Just like, so it's easier to get them out now.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
And so they help out a pretty lady. And then they help out another pretty lady. Did you notice anything?
Maybe, I don't know.
The camera angle they showed, we see this lady's panties.
Oh, yeah, I did. I saw that as...
You're like, oh, look at that.
That was a nice ass. Good for her. Because, like, I'm sure, like, this is... That's a good moment for her, you know? Like... to this day, she's probably replaying back to that time.
like,
That one frame
showing
of her
kids,
ass.
showing her kids. She's
She's like, remember that?
Look at Mom.
That's Grandma's ass
Look
right
at-
there. That's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, and then like maybe Grandma.
But that's kind of what I'm just really going for is like the time.
Yeah, she was. I mean, she definitely could be a grandma.
She was like late 30s, probably.
Oh, I thought younger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't really remember the face.
I thought like 20s.
Okay,
20s. So she could be a grandma.
maybe
but
not. Yeah,
I think she's showing her kids her ass.
but still the
Not
same
her
thing.
grandkids.
But even as she aged, she's gonna keep going back to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, good for her.
I'm going to show my kids that.
Now this is it. Get ready.
So the elevator is pretty much open to where they can walk out right now, and yet they all still insist on going out one at a time when the SWAT team is ready to give them their hand and help them out.
This shit pissed me off.
It's like they are like it's like a regular like okay, the elevator stops and the doors open and you exit. It's that situation right now.
I would literally
and they're all just standing there waiting for Keanu to help a person and then be like, "All right, you next."
Did you just jump the fuck out?
As a result, like it falls more.
Yeah, and then there's one fucking woman who is just she just wants to die. She's just
Pushed up against the back. She's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it.
I just watched 10 other people walk out. I can't do it.
And so it's everyone else gets out but her, and she's like, I don't want to do it. And then Keanu Reeves is screaming at her.
Yeah.
Like, give me your fucking hand right now. You're gonna die. And she's like, okay, all right,
Fine, all right.
And she reaches, and he gets her out right before the elevator falls.
Yeah.
And we saved the day. Nobody dies. Everyone but Keanu Reeves and Jeff Daniels get the fuck out of there. They just sit there. And Keanu Reeves says, or Jeff Daniels says that they had 3 minutes left. He's like, I don't know why he went early. We had 3 minutes left. And Keanu Reeves goes, he must be here.
And he's like, no.
And he heard us, and that's why he did it.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber's like, no.
Jeff Daniels, show him some respect.
I know, Jeff Daniels is a great actor.
Yeah.
I just thought we were, well, you're the one always picking names from like certain movies. I thought we were giving them like a title.
Yeah, but when they're that's when they're not that famous.
Okay.
I don't call Denzel Washington Training Day.
I guess
You
you're
know,
right.
like yeah, you reach a certain level of fame to where you are your name.
No,
you're
he's
not
a-
the character. I'm not calling him Harry.
Yeah.
He is Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, he is. He is. one of
Keanu
the
Reeves
best.
is Keanu Reeves.
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
like he's fucking Bill and Ted.
Well, now I know the boundaries.
Yeah, Point Break over here is helping people out of the thing. Like, no, he's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Which, fun fact, I don't know if I already said it, but they wanted him to be. That's why he got picked, was from Point Break. The director.
Just some small like indie film that he did, and this director just discovered him and was like, "Whoa, I want you to do this movie."
Listen, I know I did that once before for another. But I'm not saying Point Break was some small little movie or something. I'm just trying to say like they wanted him to play how he played in Point Break. That was like another aspect to why they.
That's kind of what he does.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just got cool. He's got a cool voice and cringy lines, and it just is like you could sell it all day.
So Keanu Reeves, like, he's got to be here
Yeah.
because he now we won't get the $3 million. He knew we were getting them out of there. He had to have done it. Jeff Daniels puts together that he's in the freight elevators immediately.
Well, he's like
Jeff Daniels at first like he's probably not here, and then he's like, you know what? If he's here, he's in the freight elevators. Let's go.
Well, he's like he wouldn't corner himself in, so he's not going to be on one of the main elevators.
But like, I refuse to believe
No, I agree.
that he could put that because they're in a whole office.
Yeah,
This is a 60-story building.
yeah,
He could be anywhere
yeah.
if he's in the building.
Well, I guess
and
they're-
Jeff Daniels is like, he is definitely, without a doubt, in the freight elevator.
Well, the reason why I think he's saying that is probably because the freight elevator leads to like other parts of the building that he can maybe get away from, where he's trying to say like he's not backing himself in a
So,
corner.
like, I get what he said. I get why Dennis Hopper would be in there. There is no way Jeff Daniels that quickly would put that together.
Well, there's only so many scenarios where he can get out of the building if he's in the building. Probably like a staircase or these other elevators is like probably where his mind went.
The fucking parking garage.
That's what I'm
In
saying.
his car, like he could be fucking next door and put sound devices in here. Like
That's a good point.
he's not that quickly putting it together. He might get there, But he immediately, he's not here. Keanu Reeves like, I think he's here. He's like, all right, well then he's in the freight elevator because he wouldn't back himself up. And you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it did happen pretty quickly. Yeah.
He's like, okay, you're right. He is here. He's in the freight elevator because he wouldn't corner himself. You're like,
and then Keanu Reeves is like, my man.
Bingo. They open the freight shaft and see there's a cart that's only a few floors lower. So Keanu Reeves looks at Jeff Daniels and says, Mr. Guest, please sign in.
So
and then
fucking
slides
cringy.
down, and Jeff Daniels just goes, what? And then he, grabs onto the cables and, slides down. And Jeff Daniels is like, all right, I guess I'm going to go, too. And he slides down with him.
Can you imagine if that was, his last words?
Best case. I mean, it might be.
Right.
Might be. They silently get on top of the elevator. They, do not make a single noise. But Dennis Hopper knows they're there and starts shooting through the roof with a shotgun.
This scene pissed me off maybe more than almost any other one. Actually, no. There's one other one, but this is second.
Jeff Daniels, for some reason, can't get off of the elevator.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I can't make it. I can't. Then he falls through the roof. He very easily could have stepped over and been off. And not be that big of an issue.
In one of the frames, when they cut to Keanu Reeves, there is a literal ladder off the side of that elevator, that they could have just jumped onto if they wanted to.
Could they also have climbed the ladder down rather than sliding on the cables?
It looked like it went up to a platform. I don't know if that platform was where they're
so
from.
it wouldn't have been. That'd have been great.
Yeah.
If there was just a full ladder that they could have climbed, and instead
well,
they
I'm sure
slid
there's
on
a
the
full
cable.
ladder throughout the entirety of it. You know,
I'm not. I don't know anything about.
But there
elevator
definitely was
shafts.
random platforms and ladders, and I definitely saw one behind them in that where I'm like, I would jump on the ladder. That's exactly what I thought.
Well, they didn't.
They did it.
Jeff Daniels falls into the elevator, and then Dennis Hopper grabs him
Yeah.
by the nose like that, and you're like, oh, that would suck.
Yeah.
That would be the worst part of all this. But stop grabbing me like that, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah. And I think that was Dennis Hopper's idea. I think I read that.
To grab him by the nose?
Yeah, I think he kind of improv it. Just started grabbing him. Just started grabbing.
I hope they did multiple takes. I hope the first time he did it, Jeff Daniels was like, get the fuck off me, man.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find it, but
I believe you.
No, yeah.
Don't. You said it.
Okay.
We're not gonna waste time scrolling for it.
Yeah, we're good.
Dennis Hopper then pushes a button for the elevator to go up because Keanu Reeves is on top, and they're getting up to the top, and Keanu Reeves is like, oh man, I'm about to get smashed by the ceiling. Quit scrolling, man. Quit scrolling.
Too much.
I'm about to get smashed by the fucking ceiling. What am I gonna do? I gotta hop in. And he jumps in, and then him and Dennis Hopper are face to face, and Dennis Hopper pulls the trigger on the shotgun, and it just clicks. It's right in Keanu's face.
Yeah.
It would have been banana. He would have exploded his head.
Yeah.
And
so
it clicks, and Keanu Reeves smacks the gun away, and then Dennis Hopper shows I fucking knew that wasn't gonna go off. Look at me. I got a fucking suicide vest on. I'm gonna blow us all to hell if you don't step the fuck back. And Keanu was like,
all right.
Yeah, all right. Makes sense. Oh no, he says he says pop quiz hot shot. Because he heard the pop quiz earlier.
Yeah.
He fucking follows that up with this. Pop quiz hot shot. Terrorist is holding the policeman hostage with enough dynamite to blow a building in half. What do? Keanu Reeves goes, there's going to be 50 cops waiting in the basement for us. And Dennis Hopper makes it clear that he knows the police procedure. He's like, the old flanking transition thing, blah, blah, blah. He said some words. And he goes, that's why we're going to go on the... I got a decoy pad here. And you're like, what? Yeah, I got a decoy elevator pad here. I'm going to say we're going to 3. But really, going to 1.
Yeah.
And then Charlie's in the room. They're like, oh, that one freight elevator's moving. And he watched it and like, oh, it stopped at 3. All units go to 3. And then Dennis Hopper, Jeff Daniels, and Keanu really go to 1.
Pretty slick.
Yeah.
But very easily able to explain.
Yeah.
We put the device on
he's got the decoy elevator thing. And that's why no one was waiting for him.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
They threw that in that day.
Dennis Hopper's wild. He's just talking bananas shit the whole time. He's like, what are you going to do? The fuck are you going to do? I'm smarter than you. I'm better than you. I'll kill your fucking partner. You think I won't kill your fucking partner?
Yeah.
I will kill your partner. I'll kill you. I'll kill myself. I don't give a fuck. And you're like, this is crazy shit. This guy's out of his mind.
Yeah.
And Jeff Daniels is like, just fucking do it. Do it, you bitch. And it felt, but here's the thing. This scene felt way more silly than intense.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like a super intense, like, oh my God, is he going to do it? It just felt like a silly, like, oh, this is a bananas over-the-top villain. Keanu Reeves isn't a good enough actor at this stage in his life to, like, really make this a powerful scene.
Yeah.
It just feels goofy that this is happening.
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels then looks at Keanu Reeves and says, shoot the hostage. Keanu Reeves goes, all right. And then shoots him way too high on the leg.
Like, probably very close to the artery.
Dude, like way higher than he should have considered shooting. Where I saw the bullet go in, I'd be like, oh, Jeff Daniels might die.
Yeah, he's going to bleed out.
Like, he
This is
very
like-
realistically could.
Wasn't this, like, right around the same spot of where the dude was bleeding out in the gray? And everyone gathered around and...
I don't know about that, but this is where Robert De Niro stabbed Primo
Oh.
in the sauna.
Yeah.
And
And he
Primo bled out in
Yeah.
the sauna.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that.
Sheesh.
Was it Juan Primo?
I think it might have been.
Yeah, Juan Primo.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, and didn't they say, like, oh, it went fucking deep?
I don't know.
Didn't Jeff Daniels, like, say
Oh,
something
Jeff. They talk about it later.
Okay.
So Keanu Reeves, he shoots him way higher, and then he tells Dennis Hopper to freeze, and he still has the vest on. So Dennis Hopper profusively laughs.
It's a better word, right?
He profusively laughs.
Yeah.
And just walks out the door, and Keanu Reeves goes to follow him, but big explosion goes off right outside the door, and it, like, boom, like, shoots him back into the wall where he probably died. He hit his head on the wall and flew back from an explosion.
Got so many problems with this shit, man.
That's the opening scene.
Yeah.
Wild start to a movie.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, like, good.
No.
That's the thing. If it was, like, a good Wild, I'd be like, it's going to be a great movie. But
Yeah.
it was just ridiculous. It then, like, it fades, and we hear everyone clapping, and it fades into a ballroom where Jeff Daniels and Keanu Reeves are receiving medals for what happened. And the guy presenting says that Dennis Hopper died in the explosion. He's like, luckily, the only person who died was the terrorist himself.
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels is quietly razzing Keanu Reeves up on the stage. He's like, I can't believe they're giving you a medal. You shoot me in the leg, you little prick. And they're just giving you a medal for it.
Yeah.
And
I
Keanu
love
Reeves,
Jeff Daniels.
he was good.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves' response was, Harry, you told me to. Just have him laugh.
Yeah.
Just have him laugh at, like, Harry, you told me to.
Just so many cringy, corny kind of lines.
Because he can say nothing there.
Oh, yeah. And
He
just
can
kind of
just laugh at what
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
No.
He's gotta explain something we already know.
And apparently, Keanu Reeves and Jeff Daniels trained, with professionals. I forget which it was, like whether it was the FBI or whatever. And I was like, for what? Like they said for movements, and I was like, the most technical movements I feel like they did was receiving this award. Just the way they walked to receive the award. I mean, other little movements and things that they did was definitely like good.
So I could see Jeff Daniels would need to for later on when he's part of the team that goes to that house.
Yeah.
I could see, like, because, like, that seemed like a legit operation. Like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, okay, this is probably how it would look. This is probably how they would do it.
Yeah, but
So-
from the opening scene, I would say there wasn't anything that was too in particular
Keanu
for me
Reeves
to be like,
running
oh, they
and
definitely had
being-
trained. They were definitely trained or something.
Keanu Reeves running and counting his steps out loud.
Yeah,
That's what that was.
yeah. So I don't know. I just kind of thought it was funny.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves should have just hung out with his autistic nephew, and he would have been ready for this role.
We're thinking cool, but just like a slight bit autistic. If you could just give us that,
I mean, he nailed it.
Keanu Reeves is like,
He
I am
nailed
the
it.
one.
Jeff Daniels has a cane because he was shot,
Yeah.
and he's like limping heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, gets his medal, and then they announce Keanu Reeves, and he walks up to get his medal, and everyone's clapping. And then we see in like a fucking crazy looking room, Dennis Hopper is. He's clapping and says, "Way to go, Jack! All right." You're like, oh, he ain't dead.
No, he's not. And you see that his hand is very fucked up and like scarred.
Yeah.
So I'm like, up to that point, I was thinking, oh, okay, this is like their first mission, and Keanu Reeves and Jeff Daniels are going to be doing other shit that's bomb related.
Did you not think Dennis Hopper was going to be?
No, I
big
thought he
player?
was. No, yeah, I didn't until that point. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And I thought they were just trying to give like a cool introduction to kind of like what Keanu Reeves and Jeff Daniels is all about.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that Dennis Hopper, is like still in it.
Yeah. His character's ridiculous, over the top, but I agree with you. Like, if a lesser actor did it,
Yeah.
it would have been much worse.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, over the top, but like I liked. It's not good.
No,
he doesn't do a great job.
But it's more of like the way it's probably written than like Dennis.
And it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. And my thing though is like when he went to go,
He's
blow
no
up-
Marky Mark, best villain at the '97 MTV Movie Awards.
Yeah. But when he there's no, it's an unrealistic amount of time from when he left that door to when that bomb went off. How the fuck did he survive? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just seemed unrealistic. Because if Keanu Reeves got that fucked up and there was an entire concrete wall between them, that dude's dead. That's just the way that I felt about the time. Why? Like, they should have let it draw out just like a couple more seconds and would have been more believable. The moment I saw him, though, I was kind of like, like, I was glad to see it was Dennis that was still alive and that he's going to be like the main villain. But at the same time, I'm like, they should have.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
You're not on a first name basis with the late great Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, I am with Steven.
Steve.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Right?
Almost nothing that happens in this movie are you going to hear me argue that, like, no, that could happen.
No, Brandon, what are you thinking?
There's very little that you would be like, no, I thought this was ridiculous, to where I'll be like, oh, I think you're wrong. I think that could happen. It's fucking nonsense.
Yeah, so you're a little taken
entire
back
movie.
when you see that Dennis Hopper's still alive.
Oh, I went up to the top of my notes. That's no good. That's really
No,
far.
it's not.
Jeff Daniels is afterwards. He's just pounding beers. They're crushing them. Then Charlie walks in and gives a toast to Jeff Daniels and had a bunch of nice things to say about him, and said, and for Keanu Reeves for shooting Jeff Daniels. And everyone laughs, and then he goes, but no, seriously, here's to you guys for doing your job and not getting dead. Mazel tov.
Mazel
And everyone's,
tov.
Mazel tov. I don't. Is Jeff Daniels Jewish?
I don't think so.
Because it's Keanu Reeves.
Like in real life or in the movie?
Real life. It doesn't get. Who are you looking up? You look up Keanu Reeves. I'm looking up Jeff Daniels. Jeff Daniels is not Jewish.
There's a whole fucking article for fucking Keanu Reeves. Is Keeves Reeves Jewish? What the fuck?
Keeves Reeves.
Oh, okay. I thought they were trying to give
It's a different person.
yeah. No?
All right. So yeah, but Mazel Tov nonetheless, right?
Yeah. Mazel tov nonetheless.
So they do that, and afterwards, Keanu Reeves and Jeff Daniels and Charlie are sitting at the bar drinking, and Jeff Daniels is talking about how crazy that was and blah, blah, blah. And Keanu Reeves goes, yeah, we did a real good job. and he and Jeff Daniels and Charlie both correct him, saying, no, we got lucky.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And then Jeff Daniels is like, I'm not going to be here forever. You know, if that bullet was 6 inches off, you'd be giving that medal to my fucking wife, all right? Sooner or later, luck's going to run. Guts will get you so far, then you get killed. Luck don't last forever, lawn boy.
I knew you had something for that line.
And then he says, that's a summer catch pole. Then he says, I'm going to go home, have some sex. And then Keanu Reeves, because his character can't not have the last word, he goes,
Exactly.
Jeff Daniels, you're going to go home and puke.
Yeah.
Because we drink so much beer here tonight, you got to go puke it up. You're like, come on. Just let Jeff, I'm going to go home, have some sex, and just let him leave.
Just let him live.
Just let him fucking go home.
God.
We're now in Santa Monica, and the cop who in Ace Ventura, him and Jim Carrey, they don't get along, and the cockroach is running by, and he stomps on the cockroach and goes, homicide! How you gonna prove that? That guy.
Yeah.
He's driving a bus in this movie, and he gets off the bus and goes into a coffee shop, and he sees Keanu Reeves, and this guy's fat. He's like, I saw you on TV last night. You look fat, Keanu. And there's like, what's up, Jim, or whatever his fucking name is. And
Yeah.
They have a fun little back and forth, and then Keanu Reeves goes to walk away with Jim, and the barista goes, hey, forgot your muffin. He's like, oh, can't leave without my muffin. And he goes and gets his muffin, and then he starts to leave, and they walk past each other, and he's like, all right, see you later, Ace Ventura guy. And he's like, all right, see you later, Keanu. And he starts driving away in the bus, and it explodes. Were you familiar with that coffee shop?
No.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
We went to, when I visited Braden in L.A., I went to Sidecar Donut. Got a cold brew, and we split, I think it was Huckleberry. Split a Huckleberry donut. It was fucking amazing.
Amazing, bro. There are some good donut spots out in LA. Like, there's a lot of, I don't know, like, they got good sushi, they got good restaurants for sure, but there's a lot of hit or misses in LA. But let me tell you, man, for the majority, when it comes to donuts, I don't know what it is, but they're always on the fucking ball in LA.
It was fantastic. And they had a nitro brew. Very good. Very good. If you're in Santa Monica and you're like, I want a donut and a nitro brew coffee, Sidecar Donut, that's the spot.
Yeah, what's cool was seeing a lot of streets that
Seeing David
look
drinking
familiar.
coffee.
Yeah. That, is in LA and stuff. So it's cool that they got to shoot this in LA. On, like, a lot of pretty famous streets, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, can you imagine, bro, seeing some of the shit that was shot?
Oh,
And you're just, like, on the sidewalk.
I couldn't imagine anything that happens in this movie happening in real life.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
Literally
being in LA and watching
Keanu
the
Reeves
stunts.
forgetting his muffin. And you know, here's the thing with that scene. I think he was supposed to get a coffee, stand there, get a muffin, leave. And I think he started to walk away with the coffee. And then the actor playing the barista was like, you left the fucking muffin. He's like, hey, forgot your muffin. He's like, oh, shit, forgot the muffin. And they're like, let's just keep it
imagine?
in. I really think that was not in the script. I think he was just walking away thinking the scene was over. And I was like, hey, forgot your muffin. He's like, oh, yep, thank you.
Let's say that actor that said the muffin line was, like, 3 or 4 more seconds late. I was like, oh, shit, like 3 more seconds late, and then called for the muffin, and then Keanu Reeves went back at the wrong time when he walks out of frame when the bus fucking explodes, and like, dude, that was.
So they had to have shot the bus explosion and that coffee shop scene separately.
For sure they
Yeah,
did,
there's no way that was all one shot.
But it would be great.
He left the coffee shop, scene was over, now let's do the
No, for sure
explosion.
that's what they did. Yeah. But it would be great.
Yeah.
If this small side character just fucked up like
Just
a $30,000
ruined it.
shoot.
You're
Yeah.
like, all right, well, guess we'll get a new bus. We'll blow it up. So Keanu's running up to the bus, and like smaller explosions keep going off, but he really needs to get to the driver's spot in the bus, as if there's a fucking chance Ace Ventura is still alive. Like this car is engulfed in flames. It was a huge explosion.
Yeah.
And like he just keeps like getting up and keeps a little small explosion. Then he looks and he's like, he's dead. Then I have a real issue with this movie.
Tell me.
A payphone starts ringing from far away from where Keanu Reeves is, to the point where he's not hearing it over this burning bus with little explosions constantly going off on it.
And I thought literally, if I did hear it, would I even in that moment think to go answer it?
No, you wouldn't.
Exactly.
No, you fucking wouldn't. He hears it and he's like, that's got to be for me. And he slowly approaches it and then picks up the payphone, and it's Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper just talking shit immediately. He says, maybe they'll give you another medal if you go pick up all the bus driver's teeth. Right off the rip, he's just such a piece of shit. Maybe you go pick up all his teeth, they'll give you another medal, huh, big guy? He says...
It's so fucked up.
He says he spent 2 years setting up that elevator job. Keanu Reeves, you could never imagine that level of commitment that I had. And you fucking ruined it. You ruined my life's work.
Yeah.
And he's like...
I spent 2 years on that.
And-
my life's work.
And
Like, bro, that's
Keanu
2
Reeves
years.
like, why didn't you come after me? Why didn't you come after me? This isn't about you. This is about me. This is about me getting my money. This is about money due me. This is how he says it.
Yeah.
This is about me. This is about my money. This is about money due me. And I will collect 3.7 now. He had $700,000 to his ass.
Which is so funny.
$3.7 million. That's my nest egg. At my age, you gotta think ahead. What, dude?
Yeah, which is such a funny line. At my age, I gotta think ahead. Like, dude, what are you talking? Apparently, this man never had a 401k.
We got there. We got there.
Oh,
Yeah, we finally just easy on that. All will be revealed. That's one thing. Anything that they fucking tease, they fucking reveal all.
Yeah. But
Keanu Reeves tries to talk tough. He's like, when I find you, I'm gonna fucking kill you. He's like, shut the fuck up. No, you're not. Pop quiz, hotshot. There's a bomb on a bus. Once the bus goes over 50, the bomb's armed. Drops below 50, it goes off. What do? And he's like, I want to know the bus. He's like, you think I'm going to tell you the bus? He's like, I do think you're going to tell me the bus. He's like, ha, goddamn right, I'm going to tell you the bus. And he says, but listen, if anyone gets off, I'm blowing it up. All right. And he's like, all right, that's not good. He's like, I want my money by 11 a.m. He looks at his Casio water-resistant G-Shock protection digital watch.
Yeah.
And sees that it's 8:05. And he's like, we can't get up with money in that amount of time. He's like, you need to just worry about the bus, all right? You worry about the bus, you worry about the people. Dennis Hopper tells him it's bus 2525 and where it is. But here's the thing. He says one of the streets, and then Keanu Reeves drops the payphone and starts sprinting before he says the connecting street of where the bus currently is. And Dennis Hopper makes a point of saying, and the radios are down, so don't try radioing anybody.
Yeah.
And Keanu Reeves doesn't have a cell phone because it's 1994.
And I'm sure there was probably one other thing he might have even said as well that Keanu Reeves is supposed to know. But
He just
nope.
dropped it and ran. And Dennis Hopper, he's like, it's at Water Road, and he like drives like great and starts running. And he's like, and whatever, like says a connecting street. I don't know how big the road is, but it could be crazy far apart.
Oh yeah.
He'd be like, oh shit, probably should have got
Bro.
a connecting street so I had a better idea where this bus was, huh?
Imagine you're a military, and it could be in Jupiter, it could be fucking in West Palm. You don't. Yeah. But
Like military, and then I run and stop. I run to military and Donald Ross, and it's military and Palm Beach Lakes.
yeah.
Or military and Palm Beach Lakes, I don't think intersect.
No. Yeah, but
Military and 45th Street.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, I'm pretty far away from that bus, huh?
But little fun fact: in the original script, the bus was only supposed to maintain over 20 miles per hour, not 50. And they're like, nah, it's not enough speed for a movie called Speed.
Not even joking. If it was 20, this gets such a different grade from me.
Such a better rating.
It is such a better grade that I would give it if it was, because that's realistic.
It's realistic.
That is realistic with what happens.
Yeah.
It's realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Keanu Reeves drops the phone and hops in his car. Do you have a fun fact about the car Keanu was driving and what was going on in the world around the time that this movie came out?
No, I don't.
Dude, what? You're the fun fact guy. This is the best fact of this movie.
Well, they didn't put it like that in the facts.
Do more research.
All right, let's hear it.
This movie came out June 10th, 1994. Keanu Reeves is driving a Ford Bronco. On June 17th, 1994, O.J. Simpson was chased by the police in L.A. on the freeways with fucking camera footage from up there. Up there, what do you...
That's all it says is, for fun facts, it says, Jack drives a 1968 Ford Bronco.
Yeah, so a week before, O.J. Simpson ran from the police on the L.A. freeways with fucking news cameras and helicopters above following it. Keanu Reeves drove a Ford Bronco to go get on a bus and drive on the LA freeway with police all around and news cameras up above filming it.
So O.J. Simpson wants to be Keanu Reeves.
O.J. Simpson was like, that Speed movie was pretty badass. I can't get a bus on this short of notice, but I got a Ford Bronco. It's good enough. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I step your fucking game up, all right? All right? You not have me having that. I got pages of notes here. That's my job on this.
Hey.
Your job is to come with these facts.
I'm sorry I'm not a big O.J. Simpson fan, all right?
Oh, yeah. Big O.J. Simpson fan. You're the fun fact guy. And you're like, Dennis Hopper chose to grab the nose. Let me figure. I love this. Let me find it in my computer. Let me scroll for a while and try and find it. You don't have the coolest fact about this.
Even the fucking IMDb fun facts doesn't even have a fact about it. They just got that fucking Bronco shit.
I mean, I found it.
No, you thought of it.
No, I found it.
Because you're an O.J. Simpson's fan. Just admit it.
I mean, he's great. He was acquitted on all charges. What's not to like? The man lost the love of his life in a brutal way.
Yeah, that must suck.
We're supposed to villainize him? No. So, Sandra Bullock is now chasing down. She missed the bus at the bus stop, and she's chasing down bus 2525. And Sam, the bus driver, who I thought I recognized from something, but I don't.
Yeah, that's not him.
He yells, "This!" I don't know what I thought I recognized him from. I thought I recognized the actor, and then I clicked and scrolled through everything he's been in, and I was like, I could not tell you one thing that he was in.
Yeah, I don't know what he's from.
Yeah. I was like, none of this have I seen him in. He said, "This ain't no bus stop," before letting her on. Keanu Reeves driving like a fucking wild man. The bus gets on the freeway, and the guy who plays Ferris Bueller's friend Cameron in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, he's all sick. He's like, "I'm dying," and then Ferris Bueller calls him again. He's like, "You're not dying. Get out of bed and come over here and pick me up. We're taking the day off."
Cameron.
Sandra Bullock goes and sits down, and he's right behind them, and he says, "First time in L.A." And she says, "Oh no, I live here." And he goes, "No, I mean mine. It's my first time in L.A." "Oh, that's just funny. You heard me wrong."
It's bad writing.
That is how it was said in this movie. "Oh, no, my first time. Oh, that's just funny. You heard me wrong."
And that would have been a great time for Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off to ad lib, because obviously that was how it was, and that's what happens. Like it sometimes.
But he's Cameron. He's not Ferris Bueller, right? He doesn't feel comfortable ad libbing.
No, you're right.
He feels like, who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Huh? Who am I? I have to give Speed a 7.1. I can't give it a bad grade.
I can't change the lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Cameron.
And that's how shit is written.
Yeah. He talks about how he's a tourist. He's like, I'm such a tourist. It shows he has like books and a camera. And he's like, just seeing the sights, you know?
Yeah.
And then he just won't shut the fuck up. So Sandra Bullock takes her gum out of her mouth, wraps it around her thumb, and says, man, there's just gum on my seat. Gum. And like sticks it right in his face. And then goes and sits next to the lady who, in the movie Extract, Jason Bateman. You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
With Jason Bateman, Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
Mike Judge wrote it. Very good movie. She's like working in the factory, and she's like, if they're going to keep the conditions like this, I'm just not working. And all that. That lady.
Yeah.
So she goes and sits next to her, and she doesn't seem any better.
And little fun fact, people...
This is how she got Extract?
Bro, no, it's just... they're praising like Sandra Bullock for this improv moment. That was her improv. She did the gum line.
Gum?
Yeah. That whole that was never in the script. So she just took her gum out of her mouth.
Was she supposed to just get up and go sit somewhere else?
Probably, yeah.
Or did she sit there throughout the fucking
No, she was supposed to sit somewhere else and probably just say a different line, and she was like, fuck that line. All these people that were paying to film this, I'm going to do my own line. And they kept it.
I mean, that is better than had she just said nothing and it's more realistic.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, I'll be kind of polite. I'll create a reason as to why I would move. Good on her.
Sandra Bullock.
But here's it wasn't a great line.
Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't but like, it's better than her just moving. The writer that Keanu Reeves is like, gotta have this guy write the movie. He's so good. Like, fuck him.
Yeah. You know what though? Sandra Bullock should have just taken camera from the side and said, "Hey, listen, let's just rewrite this whole scene, me and you, huh? We know it's shit, right? No, neither of us want to say these lines."
And Cameron was like, "Oh,
that's too much pressure.
Yeah. Mr. Broderick is not here. I don't feel comfortable doing that."
Yeah.
Maybe if you call Mr. Broderick and he okays it, then yes. But no.
He's got my agent has to let me know. So
Mr. Broderick is Matthew Broderick, the actor who played Ferris Bueller.
Yeah,
that is who they would be calling, not his agent. They would be calling Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, hey, you okay with Cameron Hadlib in here? And he'd be like, I think he should do the script. I really think you guys don't want him ad-libbing. Just let him stick to the script.
Yeah,
it's a bad idea. Just write it down and he'll do it.
And that's how it came out. So, worked out for the best.
Keanu Reeves somehow drives past a long line of cars, but when they show the view from the front of his car, it doesn't seem like it was possible for him to get past those cars. But he did.
Yeah.
Extract is talking about how she takes the bus now because she couldn't handle driving on the freeway, and she's like, now I just relax on my way to work. And Sandra Bullock says, yeah, I miss my car. I love my car.
And I feel her. I mean, I love my car. I would miss it, too, if I was having to ride the bus in L.A.
Having to ride the bus anywhere, it doesn't sound fun.
No, yeah.
Riding the bus.
Yeah.
It's not cool like a train. You can be like, ooh, I rode the train today.
I got to Miami in an hour.
Yeah, you rode a fucking bus.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. Also, Keanu just somehow knows the bus 2525 are out. He's called nobody. He didn't even know the connecting street it was at, but he's fucking catching up to the bus.
Yeah. And L.A. is no small place. Like, there's so many fucking streets, side streets, bus streets. You don't know where the fuck this bus is going. You don't.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock is complaining about the traffic because they're stopped in traffic, and she tells Sam, she's like, hey, drive over these people. And he says, don't spit on my bus, Annie. Sam, what's with all this traffic? Drive over these people. Don't spit on my bus.
And
Annie.
It wasn't like she had
rewound it. I rewound it and did subtitles because I was like, that's not a response to what she said.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Don't spit on my bus, Annie.
What happened was they forgot to do that section during the rewrite. That was from the old script, and they just forgot that line.
I don't think that's really what happened.
It was at the end of the page, and they just turned the page too quick, and they forgot it.
You're making that up. You're lying right now.
I am. Yeah. For the best, though.
That's not for the best.
No?
But you feel the need to defend this dog shit movie. You're like, I gave it a C. I got to make it seem like it's not that bad. You know what? What happened is because they had to rewrite. This is on them. Dude, it's hard making a movie. All right? It's hard.
Rotten Tomatoes give it a 94.
It's hard, it's hard to do it. Like, sometimes, like, the scripts get entangled, and then they're like, it's not their fault.
Yep.
It's not their fault, man. Don't spit on my bus, Annie. Keanu Reeves then parks on the freeway and runs over to the bus and just immediately punches the fucking glass and, like, cracks it.
Fun fact.
And the bus driver's like, what the fuck? Was it not supposed to crack?
No.
Did they tell him don't punch anything?
He was like, they were like, go, like, knock on the window, and he fucking elbowed it and broke the fucking window. And they were like, you know what? That's speedy. We're gonna keep that in.
I mean, it was all, and like the driver obviously wasn't gonna be like, oh, let me hear this guy out.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm driving. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's fucking crazy. He then, like, he's screaming LAPD stop and, like, running alongside the bus, but they're on a freeway. And he's like, I can't fucking hear you, man. You're crazy. You're hitting things. Like, don't let him on.
Yeah,
don't let that guy on here.
Yeah.
And he, like, flashes his badge, but, like, too late. Like, he fucking waited until the guy starts driving away to be like, oh, I got a badge. Badge. What am I doing? Hey.
He thought to break a fucking window.
Yeah. He tries to flag down a few cars before stopping a convertible, and
this guy is great.
I saw this movie when I was very young, and I've gone through life with just the knowledge that the actor in this scene was King of Comedy D.L. Hughley.
Oh.
It's not.
No.
It is not D.L. Hughley. I've never seen this actor in anything. I've gone through my entire life being like, yeah, D.L. Hughley is in Speed. D.L. Hughley is not in Speed.
But this guy was funny.
This guy's like, whoa, what are you doing? It's not stolen. Like, he's flashing the badge and has a gun out, and he says, this car's not stolen. And Keanu Reeves points the gun at him and says, it is now. Get out. And the guy's like, whoa. He's like, I'm not getting out, but I'll ride with you. And hops in the driver's seat. As if Keanu would, as if any cop would be like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Ride with.
Yeah, come with.
He would be like, no, get the fuck out of the car. I'll call it in that I have your car and like blah, blah, blah. And like, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You're not going to be affected by this. Get the fuck out of the car. You're not riding with me. But Keanu's like, yeah, that's smart.
And this guy immediately turns into Keanu Reeves' hype man.
So, did you see what his license plate said?
Oh, I feel like I did, but no.
Toon Man.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they're like, is this the Toon Man?
He's got the tunes, David.
So, he's really nervous at first. He's like thinking Keanu Reeves is going to fuck up his car. And then Keanu like makes a nice move. And he's like, whoa. That was a nice fucking move right there, man.
Yeah. And then Keanu Reeves switches that whole moment. And he's like, I hope you got insurance.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. So Sam gets up over 50. So now the bomb is armed. Keanu Reeves catches up and is honking alongside. And everyone looks and they're like,
how the fuck did this guy?
That's the guy that was fucking on foot a minute ago trying to get in here. What the hell's his deal?
Yeah.
And there's this guy who I thought I recognized him from something, but turns out I don't.
Which guy?
The guy with the hard hat.
Oh.
I have like a vivid memory of him dressed as a Native American. But like not like out in like present day Native American, so he's wearing like a leather jacket with like some like skin on the back, like maybe working at a casino.
Yeah.
I vividly remember that.
I could have sworn
nothing in this actor's history.
Yeah.
I scrolled through IMDb. I was like, yeah, what is it? Nothing.
Yeah. So I thought it was the same actor from the movie Extraction with Chris Hemsworth, basically the main other actor who's trying to protect.
You're thinking of Extract with Jason Bateman and Mila Kunis and the lady in this movie.
But yeah, in Extraction, the main other dude who's trying to capture the son to bring him back to the guy that he works for, which is the father. He ends up fighting with Chris Hemsworth, and then they end up like teaming up at the end. But I could have swore it was the same dude, and then I looked into the history as well, and I'm like, oh, this is not the same guy at all.
I've seen nothing else that this guy is in.
Yeah, but good for him.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, well, maybe he got screwed and like he got paid the actor's minimum because he was like, I'm just trying to get my foot in the door.
Yeah,
and then like it just, he didn't take off after this because we haven't seen him in anything.
That's true.
It's not good for him. Good for whoever had the majority stake in this movie.
Yeah,
who made a bunch of money. Good for that person.
Bunch of money.
Good for that person. But that guy says, boy, that guy sure has a hard-on for this bus.
Yeah, corny line. Just ridiculous. Like,
Sam, the bus driver, is flabbergasted, and he still can't hear Keanu Reeves as he's trying to yell at him. Keanu Reeves is screaming, there is a bomb on the bus! And not D.L. Hughley is like, he's like, a guy can't hear. He's like, not D.L. Hughley. He's like, there is a bomb on the... And then he looks at Keanu and goes, what?
the guy's pretty funny.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves like pulls forward and gets in front of the bus and has not D.L. Hughley write "bomb on bus" on a piece of paper, and he like tries to hold it up and get it up, but loses his balance and drops it, and it goes right on the windshield in Sam's face. And it says "bomb on bus" on the piece of paper, but it says "bomb." And then it says on is underlined, and then it says bus is underlined. Why?
Yeah.
He didn't underline the word bomb, but underlined on bus.
You think the one word that'd be underlined
would be bomb.
Yeah.
That is the only word that should be underlined. If you're going to underline stuff, be like, I want to make sure he understands there is a bomb on the bus. Not that he's on a bus. So like, yeah, I'm on a bus. Yeah,
you know, I'm starting to think now maybe the rewrite with the guy who rewrote it was, his last name is Whedon. I'm sure he was like, you know what? Fuck this other writer. I'm going to change everything. So at first, bomb was underlined. And now he's like, you know what?
I mean,
fuck him.
I highly doubt it.
You never know.
I highly doubt the writer was like, let me change something so petty and make it significantly worse. We're just wasting time with you saying bullshit stuff like that. I bet you this writer hated the original writer.
Come on, David.
The original writer underlined bomb, and he's like, nope.
Bro.
Everything but bomb's gonna be underlined. What you think? What you think of that, Mr. Writer?
The more you talk
That's
about
crazy.
it, the more it makes sense.
So Sam immediately starts slowing down because he's like, oh my God, there's a bomb on my bus. Keanu Reeves, he slows down to 51 immediately. He's at 51. Keanu Reeves realizes, and he's like, oh, shit, and like pulls the car around and then gets next to him. And Sam, like, it takes 30 seconds, and Sam is slowing down, and he's trying to yell to him, and Sam's like, I don't hear you. He's like, open the bus doors. And he opens it, and Keanu goes, 50. Yeah, stay above 50. And then he sped up. Sam can hold 51 like no one else can.
yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Sam obliges. Keanu Reeves then has not D.L. Hughley call Jeff Daniels. Jeff Daniels is hungover at his desk, and he tells Jeff Daniels the situation. Charlie then walks in. He's like, we got a situation, Jeff Daniels. Where's Jack? He's like, what the fuck you think he is? And he's like, oh, you guys know about the situation.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves says he needs to get on that bus, and not D.L. Hughley's like, yeah, good idea. Yeah, get yourself on the bus. That's, yeah, let's do that. And he's like, all right.
Huh.
What does he then ask, not D.L. Hughley? You've said it already.
Oh, David, I don't know.
You said it like 5 minutes ago, and I said not yet, not yet. It's still coming up.
Now you're brain farting me. You're putting the
on.
pressure on me, and now I can't perform.
He says, do you have insurance?
Oh. Yeah.
And D.L.
He opens up
Hughley's
his fucking
like-
door. Yeah.
So he opens up the door, hits the brake on the car they're on, goes back and breaks the driver door off of the convertible he's in. It's also a convertible, so this doesn't seem like he needed to do this, really. So now he has a clear path. The door's broken off. He broke it against the bus that has a bomb on it that can't drop under 50 miles per hour. And he was like, oh, yeah, this won't affect the bus's trajectory at all.
Bro.
It'll just break off, and Sam will keep driving like nothing happened.
And I have a problem with this, too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with it? Wow, that's crazy, because it's such a sound strategy he fucking had. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And it's not like he had some really cheap fucking car door that's just plastic. Like, this was a nice car that with a heavy door to where even just his car alone, let's say he didn't fuck up the bus's trajectory. Imagine he hits his car door off and the way he's backing up with his left car door off is going to then tail his back tail like into the bus, and then that's what's going to switch the trajectory, which is fucking up his trajectory. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense.
Dude, so, like, already with the bomb on the bus, Sam slowed down to exactly 51, and then for, like, 15 seconds trying to hear what Keanu Reeves was saying, didn't slow down anymore.
Yeah.
And Keanu Reeves would have crashed the bus.
Exactly. It's asinine.
Everyone should already be dead.
Yeah. But no.
But no. And also it's a fucking convertible.
Yeah.
He can just jump. He could. It's not a car where he's like, oh, I'm gonna have to squeeze through this window. No, there's nothing above him.
And if anything,
he did not need the door to be gone.
Exactly. If anything, it almost maybe makes it easier or something. I don't know, man. Like,
It makes him jump at a higher starting
That's
point.
what I'm saying.
He's more likely to make it in.
exactly my point. Yeah.
He's not going to come up short.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But he does that. No, bus doesn't go under 50 still. He takes D.L. Hughley's phone, or not D.L. Hughley's phone, and has him drive while he jumps onto the bus. Keanu Reeves, the first thing to touch are Keanu Reeves' feet, and they touch the ground. Not the bus. His feet hit the ground before he touches the bus, so he's dead. So he got dragged under the bus and is dead.
Yeah. And
His feet hit the ground before he touches the bus.
And let's say that his body landed on the bus first, like the way they're trying to make it seem, and his feet still ended up hitting the ground. Dude, your feet is gonna hit the ground so hard that it's like it's gonna take your legs off when it goes against the side of the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. He is, at best, he is half of a person right now.
Yeah, it's
At best. At best, he is cut in half and slowly bleeding out.
But come on, think about
At
it,
worst,
David.
he fucking completely misses, gets dragged under, the bus runs him over, dead.
Who stole that? Stole this. Think about it.
I don't know, just tell me.
Vin Diesel. I mean, how many times did Vin Diesel do this in Fast and the Furious? I mean, they're writing the book.
0.
David.
0.
Vin Diesel's never been dragged by a car on the road.
Yeah, but like Vin Diesel, if he tries to jump onto a bus, he's making it on the bus without his feet touching anything.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Toretto ain't having like a whoa, and I'm on. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We're good. Yeah, I should have, from my fucking knees down, should have exploded right there.
Yeah.
But I'm fine. Nah, Dominic Toretto just makes it on the bus. He jumps like 80 feet, and you're like, no, he's not doing that. But he makes it on the bus fully.
Yeah, there's magnetic cars now, David.
The landing is real.
Yeah.
Not DL Hughley then crashes into like on the off ramp. The big, you don't see him anymore.
The water
Used to be big
safety,
water barrel safety things
Yeah,
on
I don't know
like
what
the
to call
corner thing. Now it's just a fucking metal thing that you'll crash into.
Yeah.
But he hits all of those going like 60 miles per hour.
It's insane
And
that he's completely fine.
It's blah, 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 blah. Come on, dude. Come on.
What?
So he's obviously dead, and they didn't make it like a big comic relief thing where there's just water and he does the windshield wipers and goes, whoa, to shake the water off his face. Obviously, that's not what they did. This was a serious car crash where the guy was going 60 miles per hour and crashed into something, coming to a dead stop when he hits it. So clearly he's dead. This was a very serious thing, and they didn't try to make it cartoonish and funny.
At all.
Obviously, that's how they did it.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't like. Dude's like, I can't see. Let me do the windshield wipers. Let me like. It's a fucking joke, guys. It's a joke. This movie is terrible. So fucking bad.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Keanu Reeves is on the bus now, and Sandra Bullock immediately just escalates the situation. You're like, sit the fuck down, Sandra.
Yeah.
She's like, you out of your fucking mind? What are you doing on here? You're scaring the shit out of all these people. And he's like, sit the fuck down.
As if she, like, cares about everyone on the bus.
Yeah, then it doesn't slow down. A guy pulls a gun out. Guy's sitting in the back, pulls out a gun, and he's like, stop the bus! Get away from me, man! Stop the bus! And Keanu Reeves pulls out his gun and goes, look, I don't know you, man. Let's not do this. And then he's like, okay, hey. I'm putting the gun away, all right?
All right.
I don't care about the crime you did. I'm not hey, look at me. I'm not a cop right now, all right?
All right.
We're just two cool guys. We're hanging out. We're cutting loose. We're ripping waves, getting high, getting ready to go to Fiesta, all right? Just let's chill. And then the big dude who I thought I recognized, but I don't, he just grabs the dude from behind and starts wrestling him, and the gun goes off, and of course it hits the driver, because why wouldn't it?
Fucking right in the shoulder.
It's him right in the shoulder. He's like, oh, there's a fly. Fly I just wiped off. Where'd he go?
It's lost in the sauce now, David.
He's gone now. The gun, it shoots fucking Sam
But like
in
the guy
shoulder.
can't read the room at all. He just starts attacking at the worst fucking time. He was about to give up his gun. He just fucking grabs it.
Sam starts swerving like crazy.
Yeah.
And Sandra Bullock takes the wheel. Like she runs
Somehow
out, she
they
takes the
don't
wheel.
go underneath 50.
Yeah. No way it would have stayed.
They're going like
They're like swerving all over. They're like hitting shit. They're like it's crazy.
there's so many times in this film where you're like, there's no way they're still going 50.
Yeah, there's no chance. Keanu Reeves then uses karate to beat up the gunman. like it's just so silly.
Yeah.
He uses karate to beat him up and cuffs him to a seat. Sandra Bullock then out loud says, "Oh man, I need to stop this thing. Sam's been shot." And then Keanu Reeves goes, "No, keep it above 50 or the bus will explode." He then explains the situation to everyone, and a dude says, "Bullshit, man. Real funny joke. Let's stop this bus and get us off of here. As if there's a fucking chance in hell that this was all some joke Keanu Reeves was playing on the people on the bus.
Dude,
He's crashing. He's causing car crashes. A guy just got shot. For the big payoff for that guy to be like, bullshit. That's a joke. Like, get fucking real, dude.
Yeah.
Get real.
That's that rewrite for you, you know? How bad do you think it must have been in the original?
Quit bringing up the rewrite, all right?
We're talking about how ridiculous it is, though.
Yeah, I feel like they were both just bad. They rewrote it, whatever. Whatever. A group of them are then taking care of Sam, and Keanu Reeves goes up to Sandra Bullock, and she's just sarcastic for whatever reason. He's like, whatever. She's like, oh yeah, no, it's just like driving a car, except it's big, it's got a fucking bomb on it, blah blah. Like, all right, I hate you already.
Yeah. And
she's like, so you're a cop? He's like, yeah, Officer Jack Petty of the LAPD. First class, whatever. And she's like, well, I should tell you that I lost my license. And he's like, what for? She goes, speeding. And he smiles.
Oh, I just read a funny little stupid fun fact.
Let's hear it.
The bus is, remember 2525? That equals 50! Boom! They gotta stay above 50. Look at that. God, everything about this is corny, man. Just fucking cringe.
That's fucking fantastic.
It's so
and you know, I remember thinking, like, it's weird that it's got that number.
Yeah.
25, like, what are the odds? But
yeah. You know?
Yeah, I didn't put together, it equals 50.
Yeah, but
I just thought it's weird that it's 25.
It's ridiculous. Someone's like, no, the bus number needs to be 25.
It needs to be. It's probably that rewrite, huh?
Yeah.
Probably wasn't in the original script. And this guy's like,
there you go, David.
It's got to equal 50.
Yeah.
And the bus can't go under 50.
You know, I like subliminals.
Keanu Reeves makes a call, and Charlie and the boys are getting in a fucking helicopter. Whatever.
Yeah.
There's now a newscast. They're covering everything. And Dennis Hopper's watching. He gets all excited when he hears about a cop boarding the bus. He's like, oh, Keanu.
Ooh.
Look at you madman. You're on the bus now? Whoa. Jeff Daniels is eating and talking Keanu Reeves through finding the bomb. He's like, all right, so what you want to do is you want to go to this part of the bus, and you're going to see if the bomb's there.
It's kind of like,
and then if it's not there, you're going to go to this part of the bus, and we'll see if the bomb's there. And we'll just do this for a little while, and then maybe we'll find a bomb.
It's kind of like in Jurassic World when they're like, where's Indominus Rex? And he's like,
oh,
it should be there.
Should have been here. That's weird.
They're all no, yeah, it's not there. It's just fucking.
So he has him check between Sandra Bullock's legs. I swear to God.
Yeah.
He says, "Look between the driver's legs." And Keanu goes, "Oh, it's." He says, "Oh, it's clean." And Sandra Bullock went, "Huh?" Just like that. "Oh, it's clean down here." And she's like, "Huh? Fuck you just said to me?"
It's fucking insane.
He then tells him to look under the bus, and he's like, how the fuck am I going to look under the bus, Jeff Daniels? And Sam goes, or our extract is yelling. She's like, excuse me! And he's like, yeah, just 1 second. Yeah, like ignoring her. She's like, excuse me! And he's like, what? And she's like, Sam wants to tell you something. And he's like, there's this trapdoor under the bus. It's underneath you, man. It's underneath you. And he's like, oh, there's a door right here, all right. And he fucking opens it up and starts looking under and has Ferris Bueller's Day Off relaying it. And he's like, all right, we got a wad. It's pretty big. And he relays, he goes, we got a pretty big wad. And he's like explaining shit. And he's like, oh, there's I can reach the circus wire. And Jeff Daniels goes, no, don't do that. It's a decoy. It's classic. He goes, we got a classic decoy on our hands. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
And it goes, then Keanu Reeves goes, fuck me. And Ferris Bueller's Day Off says,
he
says, oh darn.
Oh darn. Yeah. Oh darn.
And then Keanu Reeves gets back on the phone and he's like, there's enough C4 on this thing to blow a hole in the fucking earth, man. Saying it like in the bus.
Yeah.
Like as if he needs to get the people more nervous.
Yeah.
He's like, you can blow a hole in the fucking earth with this C4, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy. We're all going to die. And Sandra Bullock is trying to get his attention, and he's just shrugging her off. He also he explains what the whole thing is, and he says there's a cheap metal watch on there as a timer or whatever it was. And he's like, a watch? And then he looks at his wrist as if like you're led to believe like the guy stole his watch. But he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't at all. And
That's
Jeff
how
Daniels
that's
was
what I
thinking-
thought at
I
first.
looked at it and I was like, is it his watch? That's
Yeah.
fucking weird. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
I was like, when did he steal the watch when he was holding him hostage?
Yeah, that would have been fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock is trying to get his attention. He's like, yeah, not now. As if that's what you'd like. She's driving the bus with the bomb on it,
Yeah.
and it needs to stay above 50. And he's like, yeah, 1 second. And she's like, no! And he looks up, and they're fucking hitting traffic. Ton of traffic. And he's like, shit, drive on the shoulder over there. And she, like, swerves across and is driving on the shoulder. And she hits a fucking car and doesn't drop below 50. She's at 51 this entire time. And he has her get off the freeway, and she has to go through a big loop where she's half in the fucking grass, half on the road. She's mowing down signs and hitting cars with the side of the bus, all while going exactly 51 miles per hour the entire time. Guys, this is like 25 seconds worth of her just running over signs, scraping against cars, and being half in the grass, half on the road.
And there must
she
have been-
goes exactly 51.
And there must have been at least 50 cars.
Yeah, I said a billion cars, a billion signs, and it's half in the road, half off the road.
Yeah.
And turning never drops below 51. Never goes above 51 either.
Yeah.
Just 51 the whole time.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. And then he's like, keep going. She's like, it's a red light.
Yeah.
What the As if stopping was an option.
Yeah.
As if he'd be like, oh, you're right. We can't run red lights.
Oh, yeah,
My bad.
stop,
My bad. I didn't see the light.
We just hit
Yeah.
100 cars, but don't run the red light.
He's like, you know what? That's not fucking backseat driver over here. Sorry, I didn't see the light. That's on me. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
They hit a few more cars, but they make it out. Oh my god! But she doesn't want to run the red light. She's like, it's a red light, and he goes, run it! And he stomps on her foot that's on the pedal to make the bus go faster. And they run it, and they hit a few more cars.
At speed, baby.
And they make it out, and Sandra Bullock increases the speed and says, that's much better.
Yeah, this is and if you've ever been in LA, I mean this must have been a fucking nightmare to shoot. And little fun fact, that's what they kind of said, because they had to use 13 different buses apparently, and there were so many different cars and so many different takes that every time they had to go do a reshoot or another take, they said it was like a nightmare to have all of the cars in the background in the right place. And they had to keep, like, for some reshoots, they had to, like, refine the cars and, like, re-put them back in the back exactly where they were. And they said that it was just filming like a nightmare. You're looking at something pretty interesting, huh? What you got your eye on?
Halle Berry turned down the role of playing Sandra Bullock's character.
Oh, yeah.
They also wanted Meryl Streep.
Yep.
Or Kim Basinger.
And Ellen DeGeneres. Or Yost wanted Ellen DeGeneres.
What are the fucking odds that Meryl Streep, arguably the greatest actress of all time, would be, and I get it was 94.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm sure she felt insulted.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I'm not doing this ridiculous bus movie.
Yeah. And dude,
it's fucking insane.
Apparently,
the balls on them to be like, I think Meryl Streep would be great with it. Yeah, she would have.
Yeah.
She would have been great.
Yeah. But apparently Sandra Bullock got paid $200,000 for this role. Good for her. But since we're talking about that as well, I'll go over the fucking list.
What's good for her?
That's all. Seems like a lot of money, and seems like it was like the start of her career and stuff.
All right. I mean, I feel like to be the lead actor in a major motion picture, like, it wasn't a lot at that time.
No, yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was probably like the start of her career. Which
I don't know if she was in anything prior to this.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. But
yeah, I feel like 200,000 was the going rate. Like that's like Keanu Reeves made $2 million to play this. Oh, good for him. I gotta make sure we can say that for everybody's
Yeah,
salary.
Yeah.
Fucking lunatic.
So listen to the different actors who were offered the role of Jack Travern and turned it down.
Keanu Reeves' character.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves' character. I'm going to name the big ones because there's a lot of them. So Kevin Bacon, Alec Baldwin, Stephen Baldwin, William Baldwin. Jesus, how many Baldwins are there? Jim Carrey, Nicolas Cage, Bruce Campbell, George Clooney, Tom Cruise, Johnny Depp, Michael Douglas, Richard Dreyfuss, Clint Eastwood, Harrison Ford.
So stop, because you're reading the big ones, but you're skipping Jeff Bridges and Kevin Costner.
Did I?
Like, how are you basing the big ones? You read Stephen Baldwin, but not Kevin Costner.
Where's Kevin? No, I haven't gotten to him yet.
I think, yes, you know. You had George Clooney, Tom Cruise, Johnny Depp. Yeah.
Yeah. So Kevin Costner, Harrison Ford, Richard Gere, Mel Gibson, Tom Hanks, Woody Harrelson, Michael Keaton, Christopher Lambert, Dolph Lundgren, fucking Vigo, whatever.
Do that name again. Dolph
Lundgren.
There we go.
Viggo Mortensen, Chuck Norris, Brad Pitt, Dennis Quaid, Mickey Rourke, Kurt Russell, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tom Selleck, Wesley Snipes, Sylvester Stallone, Patrick Swayze, John Travolta, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Bruce Willis. Like, holy fuck.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude. Right, though? That's crazy. All these actors were offered this role and turned it down. That's a shit ton of big actors, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah. This is a dog shit movie.
No, yeah,
The balls on them to think, like, yeah, Tom Hanks will do this. like, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous because there's so much difference between all these actors. I mean, yeah, you got a lot of action stars in there, but like the Baldwins, Tom Hanks.
I gotta be honest. I would have liked this movie more if Arnold Schwarzenegger played the part. Because it would have just been crazy. Oh, there's a bomb on the bus! like it would have just been crazy like that. And I would have been like, all right, I can get on board with this.
Yeah.
Like,
It would have been hilarious if Bruce Willis was, because they're literally saying this is like Die Hard on a train or bus. Yeah.
and a train.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it's
it's insane that they
wild.
The balls to be like, we want this to be a Meryl Streep, Tom Hanks movie.
So
Let's make it happen. Like, think of how fucking crazy different this movie would have been.
who do you think fits the role? You can add in even Keanu Reeves too, to everyone that was listed. Who do you think might have fit the role the best?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Just like it seems like some Tom Cruise shit.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Maybe Bruce Willis.
So another little fun
Not
fact.
Jim Carrey.
Another fun fact to add into this: Keanu Reeves did 90% of his own stunts, and I doubt a lot. Tom Cruise would have.
Tom Cruise would have done 100% of his own stunts.
Yeah, so that's a good point. Yeah, yeah, man. That's a fun fact. I mean,
But
Jesus.
it's not like that's how they based who was doing this off of.
No.
It's not like they were like, we could get Tom Hanks, but he doesn't want to do his own stunts, so let's go with Keanu.
No, yeah.
Tom Hanks read this and was like, I'm not doing this fucking movie.
Do you
He said-
see me as
He
this
said to
guy?
he said to his agent, don't ever give me something like this again. Right? You will not be my agent a year from now if you give me one more script like this. So back to the movie.
Back to the movie.
Dennis Hopper is eating a sandwich and drinking a glass bottle Coke. He drinks a bunch of glass bottle Cokes. Which, you know what? If you're going to drink a Coke, glass bottle's a good way to go.
Oh, for sure.
He's watching, like, the news is on, and he's also watching football and cheering in the game he's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Daniels puts together that Dennis Hopper must have been a cop because he knows how they dismantle the bombs, and he uses a different bomb for every thing he does. This guy must have been a cop, and you're like, all right, Jeff Daniels, you're just so fucking smart, aren't you? Charlie is up in the helicopter. He's watching, and he's on the phone with fucking what's his name?
He's got a pretty good energy. I felt like he did the role pretty well and kept the suspense high.
Who?
The captain,
Charlie
Charlie,
from American Gangster.
or Cyborg's father, daddy.
Nope.
No.
Charlie in American Gangster.
Yeah, that too.
That only.
Only.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
and if we do another movie that he's in, he wasn't in Speed. He's only been Charlie in American Gangster.
Fuck.
Yeah, no matter what.
I really
Keanu
liked him
Reeves
inside.
has to make Sandra Bullock not crash into a dump truck because she's not really paying that much attention to her driving.
Insane.
It's insane. It's also insane that at no point
that he's like, let me drive.
At no point is he like, you know what, I'm a cop, I should be driving.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, you're doing good. Keep it up. Like, it gets ridiculous, and he's like, no, keep it up.
No, you do it.
Yeah, keep it up. You're doing great. Charlie says they're clearing the 105 for them. And as Ashton Kutcher, Keanu Reeves is explaining that, Sandra Bullock hits a stroller, like a baby carriage,
Dude.
and sends it flying down the hill.
And I legitimately thought they just showed that.
She's like, come on, dude, why before we reveal that it isn't a baby would you be like, watching it, I thought it was a baby? Say it after. Let us reveal that it's not a baby first before you say you thought it was a baby.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's cans. It was a homeless lady. She had a bunch of cans, and she hits it. Sandra Bullock's freaking out. She's like, I just killed the fucking baby.
What?
Oh, my God, I just killed the fucking baby. Keanu Reeves looks in the rearview mirror and starts laughing. He goes, it's cans. Just like that. She's like, what? He's like, it's cans. There's cans in that.
The homeless woman was freaking out.
As you would.
Yeah.
As you would in her situation.
No, yeah.
But like, it's cans. Don't worry, it's cans. And she's like, what? He's like, yeah, it's just cans.
Sandra Bullock is like freaking
just
out.
Like that.
She's like,
just like that. He's like smiling. He's like, it's just cans.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'm like, what? No.
She's about to have like a legitimate breakdown.
He's like, just keep driving. It was cans.
Yeah, you're good.
Kids almost walk in front. There's a police escort now. And the police drive by, and kids and a teacher step out in the road right in front of the bus, and the bus has to swerve and not
literally,
hit them.
bro, before they take their first step out on the street, they all go.
Yeah, they all look and see, oh, big bus is coming.
With other cops behind the bus, too.
Bus is coming, but you know what? Fuck it, we'll go probably.
There's no connection between the other cops that were driving fast just a second ago and this bus with other cops driving fast.
Yeah, no, the bus will stop.
Yeah.
We're good. Let's go. But she swerves and doesn't hit him.
I hate shit like that.
And then Charlie is like, all right, coming up, you guys are going to have to do a hard right turn. Like a complete,
90-degree fucking...
Like a hard right turn. And you're like, all right, well, it's impossible to go more than 50 miles an hour in a bus and do that. So, no, we're not, Charlie. And he's like, and Keanu's like, yeah, no, I think we can make it. She's like, no, we can't. We're going to fucking tip. And he goes, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. We're going to tip. Everybody, get on this side of the bus. Get on this side of the bus. And they're like, all right. They all move, and Sandra Bullock makes the turn. They're on two wheels doing the turn. And then they land back up and they complete the turn and don't drop below 50 miles an hour on two wheels, making a complete 90-degree right turn in a fucking bus.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Never dropping below 50.
Yeah.
They now got the freeway all to themselves, and Sandra Bullock's taking her sweater off. She's like, ooh, let's pop this
getting hot in here.
Pop this sweater off, huh? Keanu Reeves tells her, ma'am, you did very well. In fact... you were incredible. I have never seen driving like that. Ma'am, you did very well. In fact, you were incredible. I have never seen driving like that. Not I've never seen driving like that. Not I have never seen driving like that. I have never seen driving like that.
Yeah, he says it pretty
He says it like a tone-deaf fucking moron.
Yeah, he says it like he's reading the script. But the thing is, at the end of the day, which... he should have just improv'd. He's reading how it was written, and it's probably hard for him to say it in a natural way, which means he should have improv'd it.
And I don't need you to defend Keanu Reeves.
No, I'm not.
It's how it's written, all that stuff. Here's the thing. Yeah, it's how it's written. The director should have said, hey, man, you can't say it like that.
That too.
We need you to say it like people talk, so we're going to do another take and say it like you're just pretend like you and Sandra are just talking.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's a movie. People want to feel like you guys are just talking to each other, not someone wrote this and you're reading it. So let's take it again from the top and just talk to her. All right, Keanu?
And that's what's annoying about directors sometimes is like, man, obviously this was not a good take. You guys should have got another take. And maybe they did, and it didn't pair up some way in editing, but still, I don't know. Fuck.
She says, call me Sandra. And then she asks, she was like, so what's this guy doing? Did we bomb his home country or something? And here's the thing. You'd be fucking dead already if that was the case, Sandra.
Yeah.
He's not holding... If you bombed his country and this is retaliation, he would just bomb the bus.
Yeah,
he wouldn't make all these weird... fucking weird things on it and be like, no one can get off and you gotta go above 50. He'd just bomb it and all those people would be dead.
Yeah. And Keanu's like, no.
And then he'd go to the news and be like, I did it, bitch. I'm over in another country. Do something about it.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, we really wish we could.
Yeah.
But you're in mountains in a country we're not familiar with. That's what would happen, Sandra. And he's like, nah, this guy...
He just wants money.
Guy just wants money. And Sandra's like, that doesn't sound right. And he's like, well, it is. Your move. He explains who Dennis Hopper is. He's like, it's all game to him, you know? If he gets the money, he wins. If we blow up, he wins. And she says, and what if you win? He says, if I win, we play another game tomorrow. And Sandra Bullock says, but I'm not available to drive tomorrow.
And he's like, that's so fucking hot.
Busy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart's speeding right now.
She's just way too calm about this shit.
Yeah. It's
way too calm about this shit. She is driving a bus that can't dip below 50 or they will all die.
Blow up. And there's times where that sense of urgency feels like it's not there. And at other times it's like, oh, that urgency just came back out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels' people are looking through the database for Dennis Hopper. Charlie and his crew, they pull up on a flatbed. And he's like, all right, let's start getting some people off. And Keanu goes, nah, we can't. And he goes, this isn't a time for games, Keanu, all right? Let's just get those people off. We don't need any weird strategies with you. As if Keanu's deciding, no, I want to leave the people on the bus. And then he explains, no, it'll blow up. He's watching us and points to the news camera. He's like, if anyone gets off, he's going to fucking blow up the bus.
Yeah.
But, like, Charlie's like, nah, we don't have time for games, man. Let's go. We just got to get these people off.
And what's annoying is at this part, like, you would think that it's established that, and that's what I'm getting to. It's like, it's been established, essentially, that the chief should know that this is messing with operations, having the film cameras up in these helicopters and shit.
So, I mean, but he can't stop them from being up there.
Yeah, he can.
Not in the amount of time they have.
No,
they'll fight it, and they'll be like, no, we want to do it, and they have until 11.
No, for sure, but
So
it was more of just the reaction during that scene is what I'm getting to.
But he should not employ someone that he thinks is choosing to put 20 people's lives on the line
Just so he could prove something.
for games.
Yeah.
He's like, it's isn't time for games, Keanu, all right? We just got to get the people off. As if Keanu's going to be like, all right, you're right, yeah.
And that's a ridiculous way to...
We'll get him off. You're right, Chief.
Well, that's a ridiculous way to say it, too, if he thinks that's what he thinks is he's doing.
He should fire Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, if that's the case, you should be like, no, give me the fucking people now.
Yeah, give me your badge and get off the fucking bus.
Yeah, instead of being
you're
don't play games.
Done. Yeah, we don't have time for these games.
It's bad writing.
Sam looks fucking rough.
Rough.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off keeps trying to make jokes to lighten the mood, and no one's really having it.
He's just making it worse.
Dennis Hopper calls and is just talking banana shit again.
Dude,
and Keanu Reeves is like, you gotta let me get the driver off, man. He's gonna fucking bleed out. This is bad. Let's get him off. And he's like, I don't know about all that. He's like, come on, he's gonna die on here. This will grease the wheels of the money people, and you'll get your money. He's like, all right, just him, and no fucking funny business, all right? He's like, no funny business.
No funny.
Keanu Reeves says they can let Sam off the bus, and Extract starts freaking out immediately. Starts going, what about the rest of us? What about the rest of us? And you're like, oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock's like, ma'am, calm down.
Calm down, just doop. And the guy that I don't recognize, he goes, Gigantor, give me a hand. He's a big dude. And the guy's like, yeah, I'll give you a hand.
And the fun facts are like, we don't know why. We think it might be because of this random reason, but we don't know why Keanu Reeves called him Gigantor.
Because he's big.
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves never got his name, and he was a big guy on the bus, so he said Gigantor.
That's
great. It's crazy, but
that's what I thought. But it was
fits.
just funny that IMDb is like, we don't know why.
Keanu Reeves says, "How you feeling?" to Sam, and he says, "Like I got shot." And he's like, "All right, well, let's get you off." Sandra Bullock hits the flatbed trying to get close, then goes in again, and they get him off.
And now Sandra Bullock can't drive for shit.
The door's still open, and Extract tries to get off. And Sandra Bullock's like, no, you can't do it. And she goes, I'm sorry, Sandra Bullock. I have to. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Dude.
Fucking crazy. I'm sorry. I'm going to let the rest of you die. And Dennis Hopper sees this and hits a button. A little explosion goes off. She falls out, goes under, dead.
Seems like a really weird, perfectly styled bomb that would only blow up that
We've gone over how good he is with bombs.
All right.
That's, yeah. Come on.
Seems
We're 2 hours and 10 minutes into an hour and 55-minute movie.
Yeah.
We can't poke holes in that.
Yeah, you're right.
It's been well established. He is the best at doing bombs that there will ever be.
Ever.
And no one can question his bomb ability.
I won't question it again.
Yeah. He watches on the news and starts laughing.
He's having a ball.
And it says, interactive TV. Keanu Reeves, welcome to the future. All right, let's take a little break.
Yeah,
let's take a little break. Daddy's gotta use the facilities. We'll come back. We'll wrap this turd up.
Yeah.
So stick around. And we're back.
We're back.
So everyone's arguing on the bus, and Keanu Reeves diffused the situation by saying, "Hey," and touching Gigantor on the shoulder, and then everyone stops.
It's all he says. Hey. That's it.
Hey. And they're all like, yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock is crying, and she feels bad for Extract, and Keanu Reeves goes, I know. She was a nice lady, and she didn't deserve to die. She knew her getting off the bus was going to mean everyone else died. She was not a nice lady, and she absolutely deserved to die.
Yeah.
No one should feel bad for her. She looked and said, I'm sorry, I have to Sandra Bullock, and went to get off, and Dennis Hopper saved everyone else on that bus. We now find out that there's a 50-foot gap in the road coming up. They're just like, there's an overpass, and there's a big gap.
They ran out of...
And Keanu Reeves tells everyone it's coming up, and then he looks at Sandra Bullock and says, floor it. And she says, ugh, fine. Swear to God, just like that.
This must be one of the
it.
dumbest things that we've ever seen in film.
Yeah.
Ever.
Everyone's freaking out. He uncuffs the shooter, who just has no social awareness to... Like, I don't think he knows what's going on right now.
Yeah.
He uncuffs the shooter, and the guy just says, hey, man, I didn't mean to shoot that guy. And Keanu Reeves just, like, looks at him and just, like, keeps going. He's like, it's not what's important right now, man. All right, shut the fuck up. The escort, like, pulls away, and everyone, like, they, like, salute. They watch them. They're like, all right, good luck. And they go, and they're fucking... the bus gets up near 70. Keanu Reeves is standing the whole time. Never considers being the one who drives to do the jump. Let Sandra Bullock be the one. And then at the last second, like as they're about to go off the jump, he does... Sandra Bullock's driving. He goes... just fucking grabs her and hugs her. Like they should have fucking crashed. He dives on her and grabs her. She should have taken a hard left.
That's exactly
and
what
they
would
would
have
just
happened.
They would have all died.
Yeah.
Nope. Insane. Nope. They land it. They land it, and then she starts driving again, and they never drop below 51.
Never.
Never.
And if when you're watching this, it literally goes and like just takes like somehow gravity doesn't matter in this film. No laws of physics or anything, because the fucking front of the bus goes straight up, and it jumps up literally 20 feet. They even have it in the facts, and they put a ramp there. Oh, and let me say, obviously there was no missing part in the off ramp, whatever that was, that bridge. They just edited it out. They just like cut out that part of the...
I assume the bus didn't really jump a 50-foot gap of a overpass.
But it still made a jump, but there was just no gap.
Yeah. But they can't risk someone's life like that.
No, I know, but it's... No, absolutely, but it's the fact that...
crazy. They're like, you're going to have to make this crazy, unrealistic jump in the bus. The guy'd be like, I mean, can't we just like cut it out in editing? Like,
but it makes no sense that they would edit out also, this like ramp. Like it clearly goes straight up off of the, it's just ridiculous.
But also edit out the ramp if there was a ramp there.
They did edit out the ramp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if there was a ramp there, I'd be like, all right, well, that's unrealistic. Why is there a ramp there?
Well, the whole thing is unrealistic.
Did the construction crew plan on this happening? Have they been jumping it in their dirt bikes on their days off? Like, what? That's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is terrible.
Everyone's going crazy on the bus. Like, we fucking did it!
Woo!
Keanu Reeves says, you missed your calling, Sandra Bullock. You should have been a pilot. Yeah, because they went up in the air. They flew.
Yeah.
And he then just like casually bleeding from her head and casually just wipes it off.
Which is totally his fault.
But also, she's bleeding from her head. He doesn't like check to see how much it is, check her eyes, see if she has a concussion. She has a head wound. And he's like, oh, you got a little something there. Like not, oh, is it safe to still have this person driving who is bleeding from the head? Maybe I should check her out and maybe take over and have her go fucking sit down.
It's ridiculous that he would think that that's from them landing rather than him jumping on her.
I mean, who cares how it happened? He has no idea how serious the fucking head... She could have a head injury.
No, yeah.
And he's like, so just keep driving and focus it on the road. Like, it's fucking crazy.
It's almost as if he's trying to play it off, you know?
No, I don't know.
You don't think so?
He should have been... Like, a normal cop would have been like, oh, I need to check you out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking.
We can't have you... So just, me giving her a head injury isn't as bad as me letting all of these people die.
Well, he's like, man, I fucked up.
So he looks and sees a sign for LAX cargo and tells Sandra Bullock to get off. The movie gets more ridiculous here.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it gets more ridiculous here. They get off. They drive through a security gate, and they blow out one of the tires on those spiky... Like, oh, you can't go through here. Like, they fold down if you go the one way, and they're up because you can't go through that way.
Yeah. They
blow out one of the tires. Drive a car where one of the tires are blown out. Watch how fast you go. You don't maintain above 50 miles per hour.
But was that one where there's 2 tires per side? Like, was that one of the...
I don't know. But
I don't know either.
It completely blew out.
Yeah.
So there's a metal fucking tire rotor that's just hitting the ground over and over again.
Well, they did show a scene where it was like the tire was like flapping.
No, later on it becomes an issue.
Yeah. But at that point, yeah.
It could not maintain above 50 miles per hour and drive in a circle like they're doing for the rest of this movie.
Well, yeah, especially with what happens.
Yeah, so that happens. Charlie is pumped that they're at the airport. He's like, they can drive around forever, and the news helicopters can't fly over there. We're good.
Yeah, he thinks Keanu Reeves did a fantastic move by going to the airport.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off goes, we're at the airport. Gigantor says, yeah, so? I've already seen the airport.
Dude, it's so ridiculous.
Dennis Hopper calls to talk more shit. It says he wants money in large, non-sequential bills in 2 clear plastic bags.
You got that?
Dennis Hopper doesn't want to talk to negotiators because they think this is a game to him. Keanu Reeves says, isn't it? And Dennis Hopper says, who the fuck are you to put me on trial? I've never even fucking met you. So why don't you back this shit off and stop with the Inquisition?
Yeah.
I don't have to answer to you. You ain't my bitch. Know what I saying? So, shit, man. Fuck it. And he's like, all right. And then Dennis Hopper goes, I got a medal too. I got a medal and a pink slip and a sorry about your hand. You know? And he's like, yeah, I don't know, but all right. He gets off. Oh, yeah, he tells, sorry, I skipped a part. He tells him, he's like, you got to let me off to talk to the money people. And he's like, what? No, it's crazy. He's like, you got to let me off. I'll go talk to the money people and we'll make it happen. He's like, all right, but I want you right back on. He's like, yeah, no, I promise. Promise I'll be right back on, yeah. And he, like, calls Charlie over, and he steps onto the SUV, and he's like, drive. Fuck these people. Yeah, fuck these people. That guy's fucking crazy. Let him die. Let him die. I got to the airport. The news isn't going to see it. I got to the airport. We're good. Let's go. Let those people die. Fuck them. Let's go find this guy. And you're like, Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
It's a dark turn.
It's crazy. No, he really says, we're going to go disarm the bomb. And then Gigantor is on the bus telling Sandra Bullock, he's like, Keanu Reeves left. He's not coming back. He's somewhere jerking off right now. He's not coming back. And Sandra Bullock tells him to get behind the yellow line because they're on a bus, and as if she's a real bus driver. She's like, yeah, stand behind the yellow line. All right? That's my line. You stand behind it. And he's like, okay.
God.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Writing's so good.
Keanu Reeves gets on like a go-kart looking thing that's attached to a metal cable, and he like fucking slides out and goes underneath the bus, and he's going to try to disarm the bus while Jeff Daniels talks him through it. And the blown tire finally becomes somewhat of an issue.
Yeah.
Like, fucking tire pieces are just flying off and hitting him, and it's fucking him up and making him move and shit. And you're like, okay.
Finally.
Yeah. Turns out it's a collapsible circuit. Man. Hate it when that happens. Jeff Daniels, like, the girl on his team, interrupts, and she's like, I know who Dennis Hopper is.
And he's like, whoa!
He was on the Atlanta bomb squad, and there's a thing where he fucked up his thumb, and so they forced him to retire, but he couldn't access his full pension because he retired so early, and he's pissed about that.
And now it connects the
so
dots.
That he didn't have before he had the pension, but he had to fucking retire early and couldn't access all of it, which is crazy.
He was already missing a thumb.
Crazy they couldn't give him a desk job and be like, you'll still get your pension, man. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You lost a thumb. You lost a thumb in the line of duty. We'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. They're like, now you got to retire. And, well, if you stayed till 65, you'd have gotten the full pension. You left at 45. What do you want us to do?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, the more it seems, he's not even as much of a villain now. He's just a good guy.
I don't know about all that.
No, yeah, definitely not that.
Jeff Daniels tells him, he's like, all right, well, get out of there and sit tight. We're going to go to Dennis Hopper's house. We're going to fuck him up.
Yeah.
A piece of blown tire hits the cart that Keanu Reeves is on and, like, takes him toward the back of the bus, and the cable on the truck runs out, so now he's just under the bus and loose, and everyone's freaking out.
Yeah.
Gigantor's like, give me my tools!
Give me
my tools!
And I don't ever remember him having tools.
He had a tool belt, I guess. Like, here's your tools, and he uses his tools to cut a hole in the fucking bus.
Yeah.
And he's like, I see him! I see him! And, like, they all pull Keanu Reeves onto the bus, and Sandra Bullock goes, you're a real jerk, you know that?
And Keanu Reeves stands up, and now...
What does Gigantor say to him?
He's like, man, you got some big, sweaty, hairy balls.
Cojones. But big, round hairy cojones. Not sweaty. That'd be great. That'd be great if he's sweaty.
No, but he's like literally dick eye level with this guy.
And he's like, that's weird, man.
Yeah, he's like, that's gross.
He goes up to Sandra Bullock, and she starts like, she like hits him like that, and the Asian lady sitting behind them, like reacts as if like they're about to fight and she needs to break it up. Sandra Bullock hits him like that. She's like,
be great if she had no idea what was going on in the script,
and she thought they were just fighting.
Yeah,
and she's like, hey, stop! Sandra Bullock then says she smells gas on him, and he's to stop himself from going out the back of the bus, he took a screwdriver and stabbed the gas tank,
and then was like hanging on by
that. He's like,
shit.
He's like, yeah. We're leaking fuel. And she's like, what the fuck are we going to do? He's like, we'll probably be out of fuel in 10 minutes. So we need a truck.
It's like a crazy observation guess.
10 minutes. Just now. We'll probably be out in 10 minutes.
Well, the reason, though, if you saw the way he stabbed this thing and the way the oil's pouring out, like, dude, you got minutes at most. Right?
I mean, maybe 10. I don't fucking know.
It seemed like a fucking stream.
I have no issue with the amount of time he said. I have an issue with the fact that he thinks he knows the amount of time.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's insane.
For how much oil's pouring out.
No, not for how much. It's gas, not oil.
Yeah.
And I have no issue with the amount of time. I have an issue with him saying any amount of time.
Okay.
Had he said 1 minute, had he said an hour, I would say Keanu Reeves has no fucking clue. He should not be like, we got 10 minutes, we need a gas truck. Like, that is my issue with it.
And the fact that the movie kind of goes based off that, as if it's like reality.
They're like, all right, yeah. But also, there's way more than 10 minutes of movie.
No, yeah. But
where they don't fuel up.
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels and Keanu Reeves goes, come on, Harry, save my life. Jeff Daniels and co. show up at the house, and he's part of the TAC team, even though yesterday he was limping really hard from a gunshot wound and needed a cane to walk. Less than 24 hours later, he is now on a tactical team that is going into a house.
He did limp somewhat out the office when he was running.
Oh,
but
yeah, so I don't care about that. He should not be on the team, boots on the ground.
yeah. And
He's
then,
injured. He should be at the fucking office.
exactly. And then on top of that, we get there. They're scoping the house. There's like two different cars of SWAT that pull up, and he's like the first one to enter the home. He goes into like, what was it, like a bathroom window or
whatever window.
bedroom window.
But
when he goes in, he goes one leg at a time, and it's as if he's going into like this window that's a little bit high. I'm like, bro, there's no way he's getting in that easy with his leg being hurt the way it is.
He should not be there.
Yeah.
It's bananas that he's there.
It's bananas.
They're in the house, a bunch of them, and a buzzer starts going off, and Jeff Daniels is like, fuck face, and the house blows up.
Just looks at it. And
Yeah, he's like,
I'm
it
dead.
happens.
Yeah.
It explodes. They all die. Keanu Reeves answers the phone and says, Jeff Daniels, tell me good news, man. And Dennis Hopper says, oh, I'm sorry, Jack. He didn't make it. That is so great.
Yeah.
And like Dennis Hopper is like, I knew my watch being there was gonna leave Jeff Daniels. I wanted him to find me so I could blow up the house. And I knew if I just put my name on there, it would have been too obvious. So I figured give him the watch, and Jeff Daniels is smart enough to put that together. Because this is chess, bitch. It ain't checkers.
Yeah.
No, my new goal for the rest of our time doing the podcast, because I think I've done it so far, find a way to work in something Denzel said in Training Day.
Because it works.
This chess, it ain't checkers.
Yeah. So then Dennis tells...
Hold on, but what does Keanu Reeves say to him? He says, I'm going to rip your spine out.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, now I forget what I'm going to say.
And Dennis Hopper says, you're going to do as you're told.
Yeah, he does.
You're going to do as you're told, or else you, the Wildcat, and every innocent person on that bus are going to end up just like your friend. Dead little bitches at my hand. He's just talks so much shit.
Yeah.
He gives Keanu Reeves the drop site and says he won't show up until all the cops leave. Keanu Reeves hangs up and starts screaming and like breaking shit on the bus, and you're like, this is not okay, Keanu. And Sandra's like, stop it! You're scaring me! Stop it! And he's like, no! And he starts laughing, he goes, we're gonna fucking die on here. And Sandra's like, no, we're not gonna die. He's like, we're gonna die. He is so fucking many steps ahead of us. I can't beat him. Can you beat him? I can't beat him. We're gonna fucking die on this bus. And she's like, stop it, you're scaring me. And then he looks at her sweater and says, well, I'll be damned. You go to the University of Arizona? And she's like, yeah. He goes, good football team, which has literally never been the case in the history of the University of Arizona. Maybe they won a national title or something in the 90s. I really don't think so. I think they've never had a good football team. And he's like, Arizona Wildcats. He can see you. It's like, he's been calling you wild. Dennis Hopper has called her Wildcat a few times.
He's like, how did I miss that?
And he's like, he's been calling you Wildcat all fucking day. How did I miss that? Which, like, it's fun that tied in. Because it's just a weird, like, she's driving like a Wildcat up there. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
you could take it like that.
yeah. And he's like, fuck. And then, like, kind of casually looks around and finds the camera. But he, like, barely glances at it and finds it and pretends like he didn't see it. And yet he somehow knows that it's video and not audio.
Which is weird.
He is positive of that.
Yeah.
She's like, well, can he hear us? He's like, no, he can't. It's just video. All right. Great.
Yeah.
He's watching the Dennis Hopper. He's drinking more glass bottle Coke and watching the news. And they say that the bus is being held captive at the whim of a madman. And he laughs and goes, ha ha! The whim of a madman! And then, like, cheerses to Coke.
Yeah, he liked that one.
He's fucking great.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves tells everyone on the bus that there's a camera, but to act natural, which he probably should just not told them.
Yeah. Should probably not say anything.
He's like, just act natural. Guys, there's a camera up here, so I want y'all just act natural. Act like it's not even there. You're just riding the bus, all right?
Well, one thing
and they were like, well, now we know there's a camera on there, Keanu Reeves.
What he should have said, which he also says, but only should have said, is don't make any big movements.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I feel like that, like, don't tell him there's a camera. Like, I agree with that, but say, like, hey, don't make any big movements. And I'm sure everyone would have just...
Yeah, everyone just sit still, don't move.
Yeah.
All right. Keanu Reeves calls Charlie, and he's like, is the news camera still there? The news van? Charlie runs over to the news dude, and he's like, there's a camera on that bus. I need you to find the signal. And he's very mean to the guy.
Yeah. Oh, dude, get it out.
It's gone now.
Oh, Jesus.
Ah, it was good.
That was a...
Charlie is like,
trick.
the guy finds it, and now Charlie's yelling. He's like, tape it! Tape it! Tape the fucking camera! I need a tape of that! I need it recorded! You fucking tape it! You work for me now! You understand? And this guy's like, stop yelling at me,
I would have
please."
been so much under pressure. Like, even if I was good with the controls,
I would
been...
have just been like, nah, fuck those people. This isn't my job.
Yeah.
This is my job.
Are you paying me?
You're gonna yell. You don't want to help. You just want to yell.
Go ahead. Keep yelling.
Yeah. Like, see, if you want to talk to me like a normal person, I'd be happy to help you.
Yeah, see if that
But
helps
if-
your situation.
But if this is the attitude you're gonna bring, I'm just not gonna do it.
Yep. Let's see if you know the
Yeah.
buttons. Go ahead.
Why don't you figure it out,
Yeah.
Charlie? Sandra Bullock shows Keanu Reeves that their tank is on empty. Keanu Reeves calls Charlie. He's like, we're out of time. We need to just run the tape. And Charlie's like, all right, run. Or he screams at the poor guy. He goes, run it! Run the fucking tape! This guy's like, Jesus Christ, man. Dennis Hopper finishes pissing and comes back to check on his shit, everything.
Yeah.
Charlie and Chloe, they pull up to the bus, and he gives Keanu Reeves a metal pipe and a rope to rig the pedal and the steering wheel.
Yeah.
They then set a plank across and have people start walking across to get on to the new bus that Charlie's running. The blown tires becoming more of an issue. One lady takes way too long to go across.
Just like the opening elevator scene.
Yeah. Gigantor and Keanu Reeves have a nice moment.
Yeah.
They like...
Yeah.
They nod and like... Before Gigantor crosses. Ferris Bueller's Day Off takes way too long to cross.
God.
And the tire, like, it's completely blown out now. Like, there's no tire there.
So now they have, like, no traction. They're just going left to
they're
right.
fucking going crazy. They still don't drop below 50.
Yeah. They're literally going, like, straight right, straight left, not even going anywhere straight anymore. And they're maintaining 50.
Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock rig the wheel and the pedal, and then Keanu unlatches, like, the fucking trap door and, like, gets it completely off the bus somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah.
And they, like, go down and they ride it and they hold each other in each other's arms and they slide out from under the bus. And it looked like they would have gotten fucked up, but they don't. They just safely slide into the dirt and they're good.
Yeah.
The bus is then just going out of control. They didn't clear the fucking airport.
No.
There's just people working and driving things around, and the bus is just weaving through everything. Like, it's insane that they weren't like, let's get all of these people out of here.
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, just let the airport be business as usual.
I mean, it's insane that they would do like that. That's the way it was written.
Yeah.
After all that, that's their
The
plan.
bus then crashes into a Pacific courier plane.
Yeah.
And there's a massive explosion. Like,
it is huge.
Like, as awesome as you were hoping the explosion would be, it's that awesome, and they show it like boom, 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 like just a bunch of different camera angles of the same explosion.
Mm-hmm.
They really hone in on this explosion.
Yeah.
And it's huge. Everything around there would be dead. But a guy is driving a truck that is literally touching the plane that just blew up. And afterwards, he gets out of the truck and goes, oh, shit, and runs away.
Dude, it's
God, the explosion was humongous.
huge.
Anything within 100 yards of that thing would have been just fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
That guy, the truck is not only fine, but he's unscathed and just fucking jogs away.
Yeah, that's insane.
Keanu Reeves holds Sandra Bullock in his arms and said, you did it. it's over. She says, you're not going to get all mushy on me, are you? Because relationships that start under, like real tense situations never last.
I said, maybe. I might.
Charlie and Co. then pull up, and Keanu Reeves introduces Sandra Bullock to Charlie. Dennis Hopper calls, wanting to know when he can get his money. And Charlie's like, oh, I'll fucking tell him when he can get that money.
Yeah.
Like, he's ready to tell him off.
Yeah.
And Keanu Reeves goes, hey, he doesn't know the bus blew up. And Charlie's like,
shit.
This
That's
guy.
right. You're
Who's
smart.
this guy? All
Yeah.
right. Tell him 30 minutes.
Yeah. So smart.
So it's been about 30 minutes.
Look at that.
We're at the drop site. Everyone's getting set up. Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock are in an ambulance. Keanu Reeves gets out and goes into the barber shop where Charlie and the team are all set up. Mm-hmm. Sandra Bullock just seemingly gets bored sitting in the back of the ambulance and gets out to kind of wander the street and just hang out, check things out, which is fucking ludicrous.
Bananas.
They would not let her do that.
And
she would either be in the barber shop with him or the ambulance would leave that area.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be, just stay close.
But, there's no paramedics or anyone associated with the ambulance or the fucking cops that are nowhere fucking...
It's insane. She's like, just stay close to the truck.
Yeah. You're fine.
Yeah, because we might have to go soon. Garbage truck drops the money in the garbage can where Dennis Hopper told them to do it. Mm-hmm. And he's like looking out the window and he's like, all right. And looking at snipers and stuff. He's like, oh man, the boys are out to play today.
Yeah.
And then he goes to leave, but looks at the screen and then goes in and looks closer to it. And he realizes they fucked with the camera because he sees the Asian lady that's sitting there, and 1 second
it restarts every minute.
Yeah, like she has a purse in her lap, and she doesn't have the purse in her lap, and she has it, and it's just like digitally there, digitally not. Mm-hmm. And he goes, no! Screams. He then dresses as a cop and goes to Sandra Bullock, who the fucking ambulance drivers are just letting stand on the street. They're not paying any attention to her. And he goes, hey, you gotta come with me. And she's like, oh no, Keanu Reeves, I'm just waiting. He's like, yeah, Keanu Reeves told me to come get you and get you out of harm's way. It's just come with me. And she's like, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Because why wouldn't she?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't fucking know you. He dresses as a cop.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I fucking hated this. They're like, Dennis Hopper's late. And Keanu Reeves like, he's never late. Something's up. And then he says to the one guy, turn the tracker on. So they have a tracker on the money. And he goes, why? He hasn't shown up yet to pick it up. And he's like, fucking turn it on. And the guy goes, okay. He's like, oh, it's gone. like he's just like, they were waiting for him to show up to just, it was just a button.
Yeah.
It was a boop. Okay, we're tracking in oh my god, it's not in the garbage can anymore.
And like, why wouldn't they have that already on from
why
the
the
moment?
fuck would it just not be on?
And already, Dennis told Keanu Reeves, he's like, I'm not going to show up until all the cops are gone.
Yeah.
There's cops everywhere right now, even though you guys only had some random garbage guy fucking drop off the money.
I mean, it wasn't a random garbage guy.
It was the garbage guy.
I'm sure it was a cop who was just they weren't like, hey, Mr. Garbage Man, here's $3.7 million. Why don't you go drop it in that garbage can over there?
Drop it off real quick for us.
He was a cop dressed as that.
Yeah, but you get what I'm
we're
saying.
like, hey, here you go. It's a lot of money, I know, but just if you could do us this favor, we'd really appreciate it.
Or they don't tell him that at all. It's like, hey, we got some trash. Go throw it.
Yeah, go throw that away.
Throw it away for us.
He just throws it in the back of the truck. He's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. But yeah, like, why would he think he's going to be on time when there's cops everywhere?
Fucking nuts that they weren't just tracking it.
Yeah.
They were waiting to see Dennis Hopper grab it to track it.
God.
Keanu Reeves runs over and he like flips the garbage can over and there's a hole in the ground underneath it. So Dennis Hopper grabbed it from underneath. He then goes into the hole and sees someone in front of him and yells, "Freeze! Freeze! Pop quiz, asshole. You have a hair trigger aimed at your head. What do you do? What do you do?" Not nearly as good as all of Dennis Hopper's pop quiz hot shots. Pop quiz asshole. You have a hair trigger. So like, I can't wait to pull this thing aimed at your head. What do you do? Like, it's not really a what do you do scenario.
Yeah.
It's I hope I don't get shot in the head. You know, how can I avoid that? He then sees that it's Sandra Bullock, and she has a bomb strapped to her. And he says, "Oh, no." And she says, "I'm sorry." Which is weird that she would apologize here. But then Dennis Walker walks up, and him and Sandra Bullock start making out.
Yeah, dude. Fucking
Real gross.
Yeah, I thought it was hot.
And she says, it was hot, but it was just like...
Yeah, it was very messy. Yeah.
Just like so sloppy.
But
and she's like, "Sorry, Keanu Reeves. Girl's got to look out for her best interest, right?" And then winks at him. And he's like, "This is fucking crazy." And she's like, I'll blow us all the fuck up if you follow us. Do you understand me? Dennis and I are starting a new life together, and you're just going to let that happen, all right?
Yeah.
If you even think about following... If I even think someone's following us, I'll blow up a fucking train. I'll fucking do it. I swear to God, I'm dying to do it. I'm dying. I wanted that fucking bus to blow up. If I wanted to see those people die, I will blow up a fucking train. Do you understand me? And he's like, "Jeez, I won't follow."
Jesus.
I won't follow. But then that's the end. They get in a helicopter and leave. No, so Dennis Hopper walks up and he goes, "Hey, Jackie, what are you gonna do here? I don't think you can shoot her." Just like that. And Keanu Reeves says, "Let her go." And I mean, obviously, Dennis Hopper's like, "No, I'm not gonna do that." Why? Why would I let her go? This is my plan. What do you like? No, I'm not going to let her go. Did you think that was going to work, Keanu? Did you think let her go? I was going to be like, yeah, you're right. You're right. This is crazy. What I'm doing here, take her, take the money, take me to jail.
Sorry.
Yeah. And Dennis Hopper, he says a bomb's job is to explode, and that it has no purpose if it doesn't explode. And Keanu Reeves spends his whole life stopping the bomb from becoming.
Oof.
A bomb that doesn't explode is just a cheap gold watch, buddy.
Oh. Connecting all the
Keanu
dots.
Reeves says, "You're fucking crazy." And Dennis Hopper, with maybe the line of the movie, says, "No. Poor people are crazy. I'm eccentric." That might be the line of this movie.
He is eccentric. That's for sure.
Poor people are crazy. I'm eccentric.
Come on, like who doesn't think Dennis Hopper?
Yeah. Dennis Hopper then goes through a door and says, "Bye, Keanu Reeves," and closes the door. Dennis Hopper and Sandra Bullock are now in a crowded subway, and he has a machine gun that I did not see in the scene before. And he's just shooting it in the air, and people are like, "The fuck is going on?" And he's like, "Yeah!" He goes.
I did. It's ridiculous. He's drawing so much attention to himself.
So fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He gets on the train, and the conductor's like coming out of the fucking whatever the conductor area was driving the train is, and he's like, "You're gonna get back in there, bud." And he's like, "I'm gonna get back in there." And there's a couple there, and he points the gun at them and goes, "Are these seats taken?" And they're like, "No, sir." And he's like, "Fuck off the plane."
Yeah, get out of
here. So
here.
he kicks everyone off the plane. And train. Planes, trains, automobiles.
Same thing.
Keanu Reeves is still behind that door that Dennis Hopper closed. It's locked, and he can't get it. And he starts shooting through the door so it'll open, and like
it is so packed.
The bullets are going through the door, and like people are like stopping because it's almost hitting people that are running away from Dennis Hopper.
We literally see families and children in the first frame of the bullets going through the door. And I'm like, wow, this is dark. Can you imagine if Keanu Reeves opens the door and it's just like a dead family?
And he's like, "Oh my God." But also, he's not wearing police gear. He doesn't have a badge.
Everyone's freaking out about him.
They don't know who the fuck he is. They're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, and he looks like shit. He's got
he's wearing a white t-shirt. He's bloody and dirty.
Yeah.
It's fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves runs up to the train and like jumps on it, and as it's going and it's riding, and he's trying to pry the door open, and he's gonna get to the point where like
there's like a metal fence,
and he'll hit it, and that'll fucking kill him.
Yeah.
And right before he hits that, he pries it open and gets in.
I wonder, like, how fucking hard is that? I'm sure they're super hard to open up. You know?
I mean, we should try it, right?
Yeah. Should go to like New York or something.
Well, it's got to be the LA subway. Because this is the LA subway.
That's right.
Yeah, which I didn't know was a thing, but this and SWAT have proven me wrong.
Yeah.
So let's go ride the LA subway.
It's pretty big.
The conductor is getting radio calls, and he goes to answer it. Dennis Hopper makes Sandra Bullock hold the detonator, which if he just drops the detonator, goes off.
And
So
you know
he,
what the
makes her
detonator
hold
looks
it.
like? Have you ever had like a little Hot Wheels, little car, electric car that you used to play with or some shit growing up, and you would just like,
You have like the little wheel, and you're like, "Mm, yeah,
and you're like, yeah, go.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looks like.
yeah, spot on,
Yeah.
spot on."
Thanks.
He has her hold it, and he shoots the conductor with his machine gun. Keanu Reeves watches all of this.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock is about to drop the detonator, so Dennis Hopper takes it back and says it's not because she's a woman.
Well, I love that line. Now, listen, it's not because you're a
Not
woman.
because you're a woman. He then explains that he's going to blow her up far away from where he is so that the police will have to go there.
And she starts like crying.
Of course.
And he's like, hey, listen,
He's like, it's fine. It's not going to hurt. It's
not gonna
He's
hurt.
like, and a mess like that, they don't even count body parts, you know? You won't feel a thing. All right? You're just going to be dead. You'll be alive one second, you'll be dead the next.
I'm like, damn, that's dark. But then
Keanu Reeves somehow
yeah.
is now on top of the train.
Just on top of it.
Army Crawling. I don't know how he would benefit from being on top. Nothing about this made sense.
Nothing.
He's not.
What was he going to do?
He's not in a better position being on top of the train.
Was he think he's like Captain America? He's going to like swoop down and go like swing through the fucking window or something?
He almost hits like a light that's on the ceiling in the subway.
Yeah.
And like has to duck and roll and
then
freak
loses
out.
his gun.
No,
Yeah, he loses his gun there.
not there.
No, he does.
No, Dennis Hopper hears this and yells out to him and tells Sandra Bullock, he goes, "Man, he's so persistent. He always gets his man. Always gets his man. So persistent." Then he goes, I wouldn't be able to interest you in a bribe, would I? I've got plenty to go around." And like he opens the money and they had dye packs in there, and it blows up in his face, and he goes, "My money! You bastard!" and starts shooting the ceiling with the machine gun, and this is where he loses his gun.
Oh, because he's
Doesn't
rolling.
hit him, but he's rolling around freaking out with this thing, and he loses the
And
gun.
once again, apparently Keanu Reeves can just dodge bullets when it's directly underneath coming up. You know, like, this is the second time, first the elevator, now this, where you should be able to hit the guy, and you just don't.
Absolutely.
Right? Like,
Yes.
it's ridiculous.
Yes. You should be dead.
Yeah.
Here's where the movie gets to a fuck you level of ridiculous. Dennis Hopper is out of bullets, but he's so angry at Keanu Reeves that he leaves to go on top of the train and fight him.
And we cut.
It is fucking ridiculous. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking get him. I'm gonna fuck this guy up." And like, he starts heading towards the back. He's like, "I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there." You're like, "What?"
So we cut to Keanu Reeves like laying down, and we just see Dennis Hopman just fucking Hopper, just end up right behind him, like crawling up, like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you." He starts hitting him like on the leg, like, "Yeah, fuck you." It's such a funny shot. It's ridiculous.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
They go back and forth. Whenever like Keanu Reeves looks like, oh, he might be able to turn the tide in this fight, Dennis Hopper's like, "I'll drop the fucking detonator." And Keanu's like, "I can't let him drop the detonator." And so he's hitting him with the detonator and fucking him up.
The second hit with the detonator. Did you see what happened? No. The top of the detonator falls off. I swear to God, I replayed it like 6 times. I'm like, no way did that just happen, and they kept this in the film.
You gave this movie a fucking 7.1, you psycho.
They finished it. They went from beginning to end, David. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes give it a 94%. I'm just disrespecting Rotten Tomatoes now.
Dennis Hopper is beating the fuck out of him. And just, "I'm so much smarter than you. I'm smarter. That's why I'm winning, because I'm smarter than you." And Keanu Reeves looks and sees that one of the lights are coming up.
Oh, my God.
So he holds Dennis Hopper's head up.
And the last second.
Takes the detonator out of his hand, and Dennis Hopper's head smashes into the light, and he's decapitated. And Keanu Reeves says, "Oh, yeah? Well, I'm taller."
When the fuck was that ever a thing? When did that ever come into play? Even then. Why?
I have to think because his head's gone, like he's not as tall as he was, all that, but it is such a bad line.
Like, if
Yeah,
anything,
well, I'm taller.
And in particular moment, Dennis Hopper was taller. That's why he died, because he's taller in that moment than fucking Keanu Reeves is. Like, it makes no sense.
So, guys, you would think, okay, that's the end. Nope. Nope. He goes down and check on Sandra Bullock, and she's like, what happened to Dennis Hopper? And he goes, he lost his head. It's fucking crazy. Charlie is calling it on the radio, and he's like, Keanu Reeves, I know you're on there. The track's not finished. The track isn't finished. You gotta figure out how to stop this thing.
Nothing's finished in this fucking city.
And Keanu's like, I don't know how to stop this. And he says, oh, man, Sandra Bullock, you're not gonna believe this. We're gonna have to jump. And she's like, okay, we'll uncuff me and we'll go. And he goes,
I don't have the key.
I can't uncuff you. So this is awkward, but I'm gonna go. And she's like, what? You're gonna leave me? He's like, yeah, I can't.
Just gonna...
He's like, I mean, if only you die, like, this was a very successful day for me.
Yeah.
I saved so many people and killed the bad guy.
But, like, I can't die.
Yeah, I can't die. This would be crazy. But you won't believe it. We're going to have to jump. Like, that's how he says it. You're not going to believe this, but we're going to have to jump. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But he's, like, trying to break the metal thing that she's on.
Oh, and this looked like it hurt Sandra Bullock, like in real life.
Yeah,
like, they're trying. And you can even tell there's, like, red marks on her fucking...
But here's the thing. It didn't seem like it seemed like thin. It didn't seem like very strong. The little metal beam.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they both
with
could...
how ridiculous this movie is.
I would have believed that
I think
more.
it's very realistic that Keanu Reeves could have broken that, but he can't. And he's like fucking kicking it as hard as he can.
Yeah.
And he's shaking and just nothing. I'm like, I think he could break that.
Yeah.
I think realistically he would break that, but he didn't.
Nope.
And he's like, all right, you know what? He looks at the map. He's like, there's a curve up there. We're just going to jump the track with the train.
Well, at first, though, the chief is like, listen, you got to hit the stop button. And he like goes to hit the stop button. He's like, oh, it's not working. And then he tries to like do something else. And he's like, yeah, nothing. The whole circuit board's not working.
So he just pushes the speed all the way up.
Which is the whole point of what I'm getting to.
He goes and he sits on the floor with Sandra Bullock, and they hold each other in each other's arms. They then go through. There's workers. There's construction people. And they just derail and crash through a construction site.
Killing
Shit's
someone.
Breaking all over the place.
Yeah.
And they then, like, there's a sign that's like, future railway extension, blah, blah, blah. And they just crash through it and out into the road, and they hit a fucking car. And like, they're just fucking down and out. And they look at each other, and Sandra Bullock says, you didn't leave me. Keanu Reeves says, I didn't have anywhere to be just then. Then they start kissing, and Keanu Reeves warns her that relationships that are based off of tense experiences never last. And she says, well then, we'll just have to base it off of sex. And they start kissing some more, and a crowd gathers and start taking pictures and videotaping it, and the credits roll, and that was one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen in my life.
And that's one of the biggest goofs I've ever seen in my life, too, when they're like, the circuit board's not working. All right, well, let's go full speed and use a lever on the circuit board, and now it's working. It's like, okay, well, then you could have slowed down. The fuck?
This whole movie. There's not a scene that happens in this movie where you're like, oh, that could happen.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's not well done. And Braden gave it a fucking C. I can't wait to go back through all of our movies to find out other grades that you gave other movies. Because this is for sure higher than a lot of movies it shouldn't be higher than.
Yeah. I wish I could change it to a 5.7, but, I gave a 7.1 and I can't go back.
But Braden, you know what movie's totally realistic? Like, as realistic as it gets?
Like the entire time?
Dude, like nonstop.
The Nutty Professor.
The Nutty Professor, guys. It could happen.
Yeah.
It could totally happen. Eddie Murphy is the Nutty Professor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what other movie is very realistic because it did fucking happen? Guys, for the 1-year anniversary of the 5-6 Kings, we're going back to a classic. We're going back to the reason the 5-6 Kings are a thing. We're doing the true story of Jesse James Hollywood. We're doing Alpha Dog. Part 2. Second time we're doing it. Yeah. In honor of the 1-year anniversary. Guys, you need to watch Alpha Dog before we do a podcast on
1
Alpha
year?
Dog.
Woo!
And here's where you can watch Alpha Dog before we do the podcast on Alpha Dog. It's available on Tubi for free.
Tubi.
Or you can rent it for $3.99 on YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, Vudu, or Amazon Prime Video.
Nice.
Guys, Alpha Dog, it's the reason the 5-6 Kings exist. Without Alpha Dog, there is no 5-6 Kings. There is no movie. There's no Mekhi Phifer. So, Braden, we're doing Speed because it was my pick.
Yeah.
We're doing Alpha Dog because, of course, we're doing Alpha Dog for the 1-year anniversary of the 5-6 King. But let's say someone's watching this for the first time. They're listening for the first time, and they're like, I loved hearing them break down Speed. I disagree with Braden's grade, but I love hearing them break down Speed.
I disagree too, but yeah.
I can't wait for them to break down Alpha Dog for a second time. And guys, if you want to hear it the first time, go back. Episode 3 of the 5-6 Kings, we break down Alpha Dog.
We break it down.
We break it the fuck down. But I want them to do my favorite movie. Braden, how would they go about telling us to do their favorite movie?
David, they could just hit us up at our email at the56kings@gmail.com.
Do you mean FIVESIXKING
S
at gmail.com?
That's right, David. Or
Or
they could just hit us up on Instagram at the 5-6 King. Well, at 5-6 Kings.
do you mean at FIVESIXKING
S
on Instagram?
That's right, David.
I mean, holy shit, dude. With 2 options as cool as that, why would you not reach out to us? Tell us to do your favorite movie. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we won't.
Maybe.
But, like, why not try?
Yeah. You know, you got to try. That's what life's all about.
And while you're there, you know, don't be one of those people who DM us on Instagram without following us.
Oh, my
That's
God.
insane.
It hurts.
You got to follow us on Instagram. And also, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like it.
Dude.
Please share it.
Yeah.
Please subscribe. Please turn on notifications so you get notified when the new episodes drop.
And check
if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever, and you're not subscribed, you're not downloading the episodes, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, and check out...
It takes no... Quit trying to cut off, all right? I got a whole thing. It takes no time for you. It means the world to us.
Yeah.
It makes such a difference. Want to get subscribers. We need the likes.
We do.
Leave us a review. If you like it, leave us a review.
Please.
5 stars. No less. Now you, man.
So if you want to stay up to date, you know, check out our Instagram. That's all.
Are you fucking kidding me? What's on our Instagram?
Bunch of fun stuff.
So you interrupted me twice, and you didn't really have anything to... Because we told them to go to our Instagram already.
Yeah, but
you're just again saying go to our... It's a bunch of fun stuff. That's nothing.
That is a date.
That is yeah, but that's still... You're just saying words.
No. If there's anywhere we're updating on Instagram so you guys can stay up to date more than ever.
What are we updating?
Just anything like, I don't know, like re-saying maybe what episode we're doing or, I don't know, man. Just like certain things, yeah. We'll definitely give more information on Instagram than any other social media platform. Listen, man, if you guys want to be up to date with the 5-6 Kings, you got to follow us on Instagram. That's where you're going to know the most about the 5-6 Kings.
Do you mean at FIVESIXKING
S, yeah.
on Instagram?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Well, see, I can't wait to do Alpha Dog.
Yeah, me
I
too.
cannot fucking wait to do
Yeah,
Alpha
just-
Dog. We'll see you soon. Oh, Braden. When did you see? You throw me off throwing in new stuff. They know where to listen to us.
Yep.
They know to follow us on our Instagram.
Yep.
And, like, to stay up to date. But, like, really, there's only one date that matters. And what date is that, Braden?
Goddamn right, David. That's every motherfucking Monday.
Every motherfucking Monday. Hold on. So you mean like Memorial Day, Labor Day, Martin Luther King Day, President's Day?
It doesn't matter what Monday. It's every motherfucking Monday, David.
Well, shit, guys. You heard it here. Every motherfucking Monday, we're bringing you new episodes of the 5-6 Kings. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I love you all very much.
Peace out.
Bitch, I'm from Palm Beach County, that's where I'm from. When niggas